Welcome into another episode of the Lagniappe Show. Go ahead and test out your mic. We didn't even have time to test this out.
Nope. How's it going? You hear me good?
A little bit louder.
A little bit louder? A little bit
Okay,
closer?
there you go. So I got my buddy Brandon here with me. We're watching the Saints' second preseason game, the New Orleans Saints, that is. And it's been a rush just to get this thing set up, man.
Right.
He showed up to my house before I even got back. Had to go pick up the kids and rearrange parts of my house to get the TV right and the HDMI cables. And yeah, okay, that's Tyler asking me if the Saints play today. Yes, they play right now. We're obviously not a live broadcast, but we're watching the game.
Trying to get some action in.
Yeah. And do a little podcasting as well. We wanted to hurry up and try to get rolling here, so we don't even have our drinks fixed yet.
No, we're going to have to remedy that soon.
But it's 2nd and 8 for the Chargers. First quarter action. They're starting Tyrod Taylor here in the second preseason game, so I guess no Phillip Rivers.
And I'm just hoping to see some defensive pressure on the line, man. Somebody got to get to the quarterback sometime.
Yeah, letting them catch the ball and tackling them. That was short of the first down marker. I wasn't impressed with anybody in the Saints' first preseason game except Alvin Kamara, which he just did what I expect him to do because he's amazing.
Good.
And the quarterbacks. The first Saints preseason game I've ever seen where all the quarterbacks looked good.
Honestly, I didn't get to see much of the game. I was at work, so I had to run it on my phone. But every time I saw Teddy, man, he was making good decisions, throwing the ball away when he had to instead of an interception. So I ain't mad at it.
Good throws, both of them looked like they had command of the offense. That's Teddy and Taysom Hill. Both looked like they had command. They were competent. They knew what they were doing. They were making good throws. They were on. It was the most impressive I've ever seen a Saints quarterback other than Drew Brees for like the last 15 years, and it was both of them.
Kind of take some stress off thinking about Drew's replacement in the next few years.
Yeah, they're probably going to be terrible the next few preseason games, so they got it all out of their system last week.
But, no, seriously, our D-line, that thing needs some work.
Get him good.
Oh,
all right.
Shit. All right.
So the Chargers' first drive, they had a 3rd and 1. Saints stopped them at the line. 4th and 1, they're going for it, and actually stop them behind the line.
Yeah, they
so
got
there
him
you
on
go.
The 44. I'll take that every day. Hell yeah.
Some good defense.
Demario Davis, man, that kid's awesome. Like, he's steadily trying to get around the ball, always.
I like him. He just health is a number one concern with
That's
me.
True.
We got so far along, especially on the offensive line. Like it was night and day last year. Like people thought maybe we were running Alvin Kamara too much at the beginning of the season because he was doing so well and he was running up the middle, and then towards the second end of the season, of course, Ingram was suspended, so it had to be all Kamara. And they thought, well, maybe, we just ran him too much at the beginning of the season. But I think people forget how banged up the offensive line was.
Yeah, but I'm also concerned about his longevity with him getting that many carries. He's not a big dude, but he's quick.
And that reminds me, that's the other guy I was impressed with in the Saints' first preseason game is, God, what's the running back that we got?
Murray?
Yeah, Murray. DeMarco Murray?
No, Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray, whatever. Who's
no,
DeMarco
we got the good
Murray?
He was the one that was on the Cowboys that had that one good year.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Murray. I think it was Murray that looked impressive. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a replacement for Ingram.
I'm sure he was trying to show off in front of the Vikings.
Yeah, I loved Mark Ingram. And I'm not saying he was special. He was good, and I always took up for him. He had some haters, but I think Murray's going to come right in and just do exactly what Mark Ingram did.
The thing about Ingram is, yeah, he was, iffy on the field at times, but it's his locker room presence that really made that difference, man. He tied people together in there, and that's what I'm worried about.
Especially in the last couple of seasons, his relationship with Kamara was crazy.
Yeah, they're all
crazy good.
They're always going to be boys, but yeah, dude, I'm just worried about it. I have confidence Murray will be fine, but it's all in the attitude.
All right, let's see. Is Drew getting any snaps in? Are we going Teddy
I'd
B?
be surprised.
All right, show. Come on. God, that's the thing
They love
I
Peyton.
hate.
Oh, nope. Teddy
I
Bridgewater.
hate about watching football on TV is they're always showing the crowd and everybody else. I want to see the field.
Sean Payton don't want to be on TV.
I want to see them line up the formations before they snap the ball. They just want to show you when the ball snapped. They don't like to. Okay, let's go see the fans again.
No, that's why I like watching live games. You get to see the formations as they're setting up and start to predict what they're going to do on the next play.
29 pass touchdowns, 23 interceptions in his career. Teddy Bridgewater.
You know, if he wouldn't have hurt his knee, man, he would have been special.
2nd and 5 over the middle. Nice catch. Is that Cook?
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
is.
He had, I think, one good catch. I don't know if he even played a whole lot in the first game. I wanted to see more to him, but I don't think he played a whole bunch.
As I said, I couldn't see him. It's good to finally see him in a game. His jersey color is definitely different than everybody else. He's got more gold.
Dang, he didn't have the first down? They didn't give it to him?
No, he was like right at the line, caught the ball right ahead of it. I was listening to Bobby talk on the way here, and they're missing one of their big defensive guys from last year. He was a rookie, came in, but blanking on the name right now. Well, that's true. They got Thomas Davis from Carolina.
Wow. Yeah, those are the players you respect. You hate them because they play for one of your rivals, but, man, you'd still like them to be on your team. Look at that run.
It's like, Deion Jones for the Falcons. As much as I hate the Falcons, Deion Jones is a fantastic linebacker, and they're nothing without him in the middle.
That 1st and 10 run, Kamara just gets 8 yards. Watch the yards after contact here. Where does he get touched? Okay, he gets touched like,
right there.
Man, and he fell forward.
Probably a good 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah. Well, they got lucky with the short field. The offense got lucky.
That's Murray right there. Got hit in the backfield.
Kazir White. It's an interesting name. Normal. That sounds like a last name. Kazir. All right, 3rd down. Let's see what they're going to do. Pete Carmichael you normally love when he calls the plays, but I thought the play calling was atrocious in game 1. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, I think it's a Cuba Libre. Bridgewater, come on.
That's a
God. Man.
That's a good play. What's his name?
10, number 10.
Oh, my God.
Drawing a blank. It's a great play by the wide receiver.
Traquan Smith. Yeah, he broke up the interception.
And not bad. That's for a second year.
But bad decision. Just take the sack, kick the field goal, get the points on the board.
Exactly. You got to remember where you are on the field. You can't – when you're under pressure like that, go down, get the field goal. Right. Don't force it. Throw a pick six. God. And he had such great decisions last week.
Well, I think he was just trying to show off a little too much. Oh, they're going for it. Uh-oh.
But he's hard to sack. He was hard to bring down. I've seen a lot of that last week as well. Oh my God.
Snap. Oh, no. And that was from a shotgun. Well, regardless if they recovered the fumble or not, it's their ball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether they have it or not. Cuba Libre, it's Kraken rum.
Oh, you like the Kraken?
With Coca-Cola and a little bit of lime juice.
All right.
I like Kraken. It's got a higher
right on.
I tell you what, we're in a commercial break. Let's go get you a drink fix, and we'll come back.
Yeah, I'm going to get myself.
We'll pause the podcast for a second.
The opposing radio personality was saying how you can hear the Saints fans wail over anyone. There's no fans in Los Angeles, man. They got no set team.
Yeah,
it's sad to watch a Rams game.
So, okay, just for the record, what we did was we put the podcast on pause for a second during the commercial break, got ourselves some drinks, and we'll talk about that in a second. But we're also talking about how there's hardly any Chargers fans in there. And they were saying you can't blame the crowd noise for that bad snap. I think they're blaming the Saints rookie center. So
You definitely have just as many black and gold jerseys in that fan stand than you do Chargers. Let me turn this real quick.
flag on the plate. Good holding offense. So, all right. So you brought a couple bourbons. We'll talk about, or a couple whiskeys at least. We'll talk about what they are. Again, I'm drinking a Cuba Libre. I think I mentioned that. And you've got.
Right now, I'm drinking Hudson 4-grain bourbon whiskey. It's a really nice, moderately priced, smooth bourbon. Very big fan of bourbon myself. I know you are as well.
Who makes this?
Hudson. It's out of New York, but now the other one I have, Long Branch, is a new one that just came out. Made Matthew McConaughey teamed up with the Distill Master there, and it's kind of a really nice wild turkey, I guess you could say, but it doesn't taste like wild turkey. It's good.
Pass rushing, just diving all over the place. Can't catch up with Tyrod Taylor.
I'm really hoping Davenport steps it up this year because there is no one else. If Cam Jordan ain't on the line, we're screwed. And Rankins is out till what, October, November with that ACL?
I forgot about that.
Right. Well, Rankins on the line, we're crushing. Our run defense is amazing. Without him, we're in a bit of a hole.
Davenport's got to step up this year, too. 3rd and 12. Come on, Saints. Give me some pressure. What can you do here? So, get him.
He got dropped.
All right.
He cannot get around that offensive lineman.
They played some soft zones there on the back end and stopped at 4th down. So, I figured out how to make clear ice.
Okay.
I've watched a couple of YouTube videos. Most of the stuff that people tell you is bullshit.
Really?
About boiling water and doing. I mean, of course, you do want some pure water. Some good, the better quality you can get.
I figured distilled water would probably make some of your best.
But it's all about, and I don't know the exact science behind it, but it's all about how it freezes. And then the time it takes to freeze and the direction. I don't know why, and they explain it in the video, but I don't remember the explanation. But I can tell you the process. So what you do is you take one of those handheld ice chests, handheld, because you can fit like a 6-pack of ponies in them or something.
Like a little igloo?
Like a little blue igloo ice chest. And you fill it with water about 3/4 of the way. Close it, put it in the freezer for 24 hours. It's not going to be a full block of ice, but it'll be pretty close. Right. And for some reason, it's because the extra insulation all around the ice in the ice chest is how it causes it to freeze. It's the amount of time and the direction that the water freezes is how it makes it clear.
Okay.
And so you take it out, and it's not going to be 100% frozen all the way. So you're going to have some water, and you kind of got to do it over a sink or lay some towels down over your table. And then you got one big block of ice. You dump it out the ice chest, and you just carve it. You need a serrated knife. Serrated knives, you'd be amazed at how easy it actually is to cut your ice cubes out. Okay. I mean, you just start from a block of ice, and you just cut them down. Oh. And they are clear.
No, that's kind of cool. I'd like to learn how to be able to do it in a silicone mold like the ones I have right here.
Yeah, I don't know how to do.
Yeah, it'd be pretty nice to have a little clear Death Star.
I wonder, maybe if you can take the silicone molds and put them in the igloo, I wonder if that would help. Maybe with the extra insulation.
That's possibly, but I mean,
we can always try. It doesn't hurt to try.
My freezer's not big enough for that. I need a stand-up freezer.
Yeah, that's what I got a big deep freezer.
All right.
In the laundry room, so I
need to get one of those because I tell you what, as much stuff as I buy at Costco, man, I need one bad. Look.
Oh my God.
Okay, so last week the defense, we got one quarterback hurry, no hit, nothing.
Nothing. It was bad.
Terrible. Cam was on the sideline the whole game, but Davenport was in the game, and that cat didn't do jack shit.
No. Uh, really unimpressed with the performance last week, aside from the quarterbacks.
Man,
And Kimura.
all three of their
did his
quarterbacks
thing.
had an over 100 rating. That no-name third quarterback had 143.6, if I'm not mistaken.
Still no score here. All right, Saints. Come on, Teddy. Drive the field.
Zach Line.
Zach Line out of the backfield. We love those little fullback outs, man.
You know, they're saying we have a lot of wide receiver competition in camp this year, but I'd like to see somebody be able to get open.
It might be a lot of competition, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're good.
Oh, man.
I thought we had a big drop-off of wide receiver the last few years. We got Michael Thomas, but after him.
They're talking about some cat, I believe his last name's Butler, that he's impressing in camp. But, I mean, he's supposed to be in this game today.
Anime Ojo impressed a lot of people in camp, too.
True.
You remember that cat?
Barely.
Benjamin Watson's back with the Patriots, huh? He retired.
He came out of
back.
retirement. I mean, you know, we signed Cook, so I guess we don't need him, but I still like the guy.
I like him. I thought he was a great teammate for a team I don't play for. Oh, I hate that. Pre-snap
False start, I
penalties. Mm-hmm.
Well, cut him.
We wouldn't have a team if,
Yeah,
if we
you're right.
started doing that. Oh.
Oh, did you see what I'm saying with the color of his numbers compared to everyone else?
So we also got to mention, after this play, I'll mention it. Come on, Teddy. Step up. Beautiful. Still can throw.
Oh.
He's not looking
Emmanuel
not
Butler.
looking good.
That's the cat I was just talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he was open. A better thrown ball there. It's a big gain on a
Tall,
third
lanky
down.
guy over the middle. Like, you can't overthrow that, man. I understand he's on the move trying to get rid of it, but calm down. You know, it is preseason and all, but still, you know, I'm just aching for the regular season right now.
I forget what I wanted to say after the play. Oh, I wanted to say we have to bootleg this game because our local, what is it, CBS?
KLFY? Yeah, CBS it is.
Our local CBS affiliate is in a contract negotiation with DirecTV, and you know how that goes. So we bootlegging it.
In all honesty, man, they sell those little antennas for like $50 you could buy. Just you catch all your local channels. You ain't gonna worry about DirecTV.
I haven't been able to cut the cord. My kids watch a bunch of YouTube videos,
I
and
can
like
see that.
I totally can because I barely watch anything. I mean, honestly, the main reason I have DirecTV is for Sunday Ticket.
Okay.
But now I can bootleg all the shit I want.
Pretty much.
But sometimes I don't like the possibility of me not being able to. If I want to watch something, I want to be able to watch it. And the slight chance that, or I might have to fight an hour to get a stream or something, I don't like that.
Well, for the most part, I'm able to get it within 5-10 minutes. The only time I have trouble, I love to
You've
watch
got a
the
better
Premier
way.
League, and that's the only time I run into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The Premier League is more against bootlegging than the NFL is. The NFL is making so much money, but NFL games, I can watch anyone during the week. Yeah, I cut the cord, man. A $250 cable bill is a bit much for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at $150, but Sunday Ticket's going to bump it up more. I moved down a tier. My kids watch a bunch of YouTube videos. That's what they do watch some of the cartoons, regular cartoons that are on, but they love YouTube videos of guys playing with toys.
Well, in all honesty, man, with the
Like dinosaurs.
advancement of all the streaming things coming out, you're soon going to be able to cut that out from Disney to Netflix to whatever, man.
Yeah. I haven't been able to pull the trigger on it. Like I said, I reduced my package,
Right.
but I did not.
Oh, see, I don't have kids, so, you know, I don't have to worry about that. I don't watch as much TV anyhow. I'm more of a video game, like, watch sports type, you know. But the couple of shows I do watch, I have like Hulu or whatever to watch that on.
And you got a Fire Stick. You play any games on? They ported Final Fantasies to Fire Stick.
Honestly, I don't because I own
You
the
own 'em all.
original consoles, correct? So I don't use any of the ROMs and stuff.
Some of the ports are actually pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
there's translation issues and stuff, but what I like about it is the new graphics.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's cool to have the nostalgic pixelation and stuff, and to have the original, but some of the refurbished graphics and it's just a little bit
very
more
cool. No, I
polished.
understand that
And
completely. Yeah.
I'm playing Final Fantasy VI on the iPad right now.
I actually
Started yesterday.
started playing that. I have an updated PlayStation 1 version of it, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, who's that?
Bell. Von Bell
Mhm.
making a big play. I think he may have given a crotch chop too after the play.
Slapped him in the face for sure.
Yeah, you
but
got to watch
he
it.
got
They'll
the
throw
ball.
a flag for just touching him in the face.
He
has
hit
to
the
go-
ball first,
yep.
though.
Yep. If he wouldn't have hit the ball and he would have hit him in the helmet, they would have threw a flag.
For sure.
Unless it was us.
And I was kind of hoping to see Rivers start the game. I want our defense challenged as much as possible before that first game. But Taylor's not a terrible quarterback, but there's a reason why he's on like his third or fourth team.
Yeah. He started with the Bills. Or the Vikings? I don't
I
remember.
thought it was the Ravens. I don't remember, man. He was everywhere.
Well, yeah. He might have been with the Ravens. They love their Lamar Jackson over there, though. Goodness, that guy is terrible.
I believe he was with the Ravens, but he couldn't surpass Joe Flacco. Because Flacco was doing well at that time. That's an interception,
yes!
baby. That's A.J. Klein.
Somebody got their hands up. Look at that. The defense is starting to play a little bit.
It's all right, you know.
Now, if the offense could pull their heads out of their butts.
Let's see who got his hands up.
Who got it? A little holding, but it's all right. Just get your hands up. They're going to hold you. Just getting the hands up. So I was supposed to do a podcast last weekend with Kelly. I don't know what we were going to talk about, but he was excited to do a podcast, and I was too, trying to do them more often now. And he talked to me. He was like, "What Friday?" He's like, "What you doing tomorrow?" You know, and I was like, "Hey, come over. We're going to do a podcast." Blah 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 blah. He never got my text message. I didn't hear back from him until like I think it was Sunday or something. He was like, "Man," he said, "nobody had texted me for like 2 days. I thought it was weird. I didn't know what was going on, so I just restarted my phone and got all all those messages." I was like, "That's why." I was like, "I thought you were just being an asshole." Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I'm constantly checking my phone, so anytime I'm available, you know, I'm just out, you know, trying to not work.
Still working Saturdays and
Honestly, I actually have Saturday nights off, which is pretty nice. You know, I still work on the weekends, but we're closed on Sundays, so you know, I get to watch Saints games. That's what matters. It's nice having a boss who's a big Saints fan.
like I'm on a 8 to 4 schedule now, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. I'm such a normie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, my job is nothing close to normal.
This is the first time in 10 years I only have one night shift a week now, so I ain't mad about it.
I don't. Kamara didn't put any effort into catching that football, and I don't know if I would have either.
No. Our offense is stagnant right now. Yeah, that's way too far
Back
behind
shoulder.
him. He couldn't do that.
Yeah, he turned around. Come on, Teddy. That's a bad pass, dude.
You know, if he'd have let him, he'd have got at least 10 more yards right there. Maybe 5, but. Big nuts Lutz, bro.
Well, yeah,
Signed a
he's
new contract.
Hey, let me go ahead, kick it before I jinx you. He also looked great last week and all last season, man. He's been money. What a great kicker. Boy, after all the ups and downs we had at kicker.
Right. We've had trouble like That's one thing. I think I was watching the Panthers game, and we all know about Graham Gano. Well, they had this other little cat kicked a 55-yard field goal that could have made it from 65 plus. It was such of ease. Went through. I don't like that. I don't like our opposing teams to have somebody good like that.
Hey, the Padres won a baseball game.
God damn.
I think they might actually be right around 500. I wish they would have crossed that barrier a long time ago.
Honestly, I never thought I'd see when the Astros were actually a dominant team.
Dominant, too. They still... my buddy, I work with a couple of Astros fans. But I got one of them that's really hardcore.
Yeah.
Football season doesn't exist to him until after baseball season. He's a baseball guy.
I played baseball. I love baseball, but football, man.
But that's what my podcast is, whatever. I figured there's going to be much more Saints episodes throughout the Saints season. Where I was like, yeah, let's you're the one that suggested to hang out during the Saints game, Saints-Chargers preseason game.
It happened to be on a Sunday. It's pretty perfect.
We'll do a podcast. When you said, I was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, we'll do it. And then I looked and I seen it was a Sunday. I'm like, that's great. But why the hell are we playing a preseason game on Sunday? That never happens.
I was saying the same thing. You rarely, and hell, I don't remember a Sunday preseason game.
At 3 in the afternoon.
And they have one tonight, too. Vikings, I don't remember who they're playing, though.
Oh. Some tough licks. But 2nd and 2. I don't know. So far, defense looks average.
Well,
right now.
It's kind of the opposite of the last game.
My dad says Teddy must have loose bowels because he keeps shitting his pants. Yeah.
Their defense is getting back there, but he has time to throw, man. I don't know what's going on with him.
He looked so good last week. I knew that was it. They both had their good game. No, late flag.
Could have maybe had them holding Hendrickson. Because he had his hands on the running back, but he was being pushed from behind as well.
All right, so let me look at these bourbons. Read the label. The Hudson 4-grain bourbon whiskey. Handcrafted and bottled in New York. A New York bourbon.
I guess they got rid of that whole, it's not bourbon if it ain't in Kentucky, right?
Kentucky, yeah. It just has to be like 60% corn or whatever. But the water and where you get it from also makes a huge difference. So let's see. Hudson 4-grain bourbon is among the first bourbons distilled in New York at the Tullatown Gristmill, a National Historic Site.
I've had a couple of Hudsons, and they're all very tasty. Not too harsh. Very smooth.
How much does this run, a bottle?
I bought it at a restaurant, so I got, a discount. They were getting rid of the bottle, and I snagged it for like $20. So I guarantee that thing probably goes for between 40 and 50, maybe.
Get a little sample of this just to see. Of course,
I'm drinking. It's not going to be as expensive as Blanton's, for sure.
Have you ever had Blanton's?
I have a bottle at home right now. It's my favorite. Absolutely.
It is so easy.
Oh, that's a special occasion thing there. And usually, if I'm not drinking Blanton's, I'm drinking Woodford, because that's a pretty solid one itself.
Yeah, Woodford is one of the smoothest you're gonna get, and it's only $30.
Yeah, it's a rather cheap one, but it's really good.
And it's definitely, I'm one of those, I don't care what you do with bourbons. I feel like if it's a quality bourbon and you want a cocktail, that most of the time the quality spirit is going to make your cocktail better.
Yeah.
I mean, I want a margarita. Well, don't put no good tequila in the margarita if you're going to, you may bring down the spirit, but you still uplifting the cocktail.
Well, I can tell you like this: as far as a margarita would go, if it's gonna be a frozen margarita, and I don't care if you're using Jose or what, you could use the dirt cheap one.
Salsa.
No, if it's
Salsa's
on the
not bad,
rocks,
but
then I want a good tequila.
yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Yeah, if it's frozen,
It kills the taste regardless.
yeah, it's because it's so cold. But no, I love Jose Cuervo Gold and my margaritas on the rocks.
Yeah.
I find those taste the best. All right. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot of. I feel like a man. I can't. I'm smelling it. By the way, I know nobody can see this. They have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sniffing the whiskey right now. Well, I'm not going to answer a phone call in the middle of the podcast. That's my dad. He just wants to talk and bitch about the team. All right. Oh, damn, that is smooth.
Yeah.
Gosh. I didn't expect it to be that smooth compared to the nose. The nose tells you, okay, you got a lot going on here. It seems like it would have a little burn, too. What's the 46%? So you're looking at the standard.
Yeah.
It smells to me like it would be like 90 proof or something.
It's like corn, rye, wheat, and barley all up in it. So like the smells are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't put into words what I was smelling. It was just full. It was a lot. That's all I can say. It's a lot.
I mean, it's also like aged in American oak barrels as well.
Man, that is so smooth. I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Now, here's the other one. I don't like wild turkey normally.
I hate it.
Yeah.
And one of the worst nights I've ever had drinking, I didn't have anything else. So I had wild turkey, and it became one of the worst nights I've ever had.
It's cheap. It's not good. Not my favorite. I mean, yeah, people drink it. That's your own. But I got this as a gift. Hadn't heard of it. I guess it had just came out or whatever. I was pleasantly surprised by it. This is Long Branch, which is made by Matthew McConaughey. Started his own little brand, kind of sort of like what's his name? Dan Aykroyd has his own little vodka line. You know, all the celebrities getting into liquor now.
Well, who's the freaking the guy from Tool? Doesn't he do wine?
James Maynard Keenan has his own vineyards, yes. I want to say it's in California, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't heard anything about him, whether it's good or not. But, yeah, no, all these celebrities, musicians, et cetera, are all starting their own liquor lines. It's
everybody except Corrigan from the Pumpkins. He's starting a wrestling promotion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he really?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, TBS on Tuesday nights or something. He's going
Wait,
full
is he
bore
involved
into
with
it.
the AEW? The
Yeah,
All Elite
is that
Wrestling?
what it is? What is it?
All Elite Wrestling. It's on TNT. On
Maybe that's what I'm
Tuesdays, I
thinking
believe.
of.
Because
Yeah.
that's Cody Rhodes and them that are all involved with that.
Yeah, and I think it's
That's
Corrigan
Billy
too.
Corgan?
I think
wow.
so. I heard he was doing it, and it's on like Tuesday nights and TNT TBS is Turner. So
Well, it's starting to get interesting with that now because Vince McMahon, of course, hates the competition, and I think the competition could drive up
they got to. You got to do
some
something.
entertainment. I don't know if you got to see SummerSlam this past weekend or not. Last weekend,
I missed it all. I mean, I really haven't been following it too close. Although I did see the Lesnar. I didn't even watch the full match. I watched up until Rollins won, and then I turned off the video.
I watched the whole thing, and then I'm subscribed to WWE.com, so I watch them just here and there. I'm not a hardcore follower over it anymore, but I do watch the pay-per-views. It was actually a really good pay-per-view. They're starting to step it up. They rehired Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman, and Bruce Pritchard. But what really blew it out the water was their new man, Bray Wyatt. Got reinvented into what's called the Fiend.
Yeah, I seen him popping up here and there.
was the most interesting thing. About a month ago or so, I caught wind of his little Firefly Funhouse project they've been doing and showing clips
Yeah,
on YouTube.
I've seen on YouTube. Yep.
Started checking out his character, and this has to be one of the best entrances I've seen since the original Undertaker's entrance. Feel like they're trying to basically hand the torch from the Undertaker to Bray Wyatt now.
That was a little safety blitz as Von Bell and the blitz flushed quarterback out the pocket. So there we go, a little pressure, but that's design. That's pressure by design.
Yeah, it's still not our front four getting up,
Yeah.
but hey, I'll take a punt.
But yeah, they got to do something. Honestly, to some degree, I feel like as big of a wrestling fan as I've been my entire life, sometimes I feel like they should just say, "Okay, we had a great run. Let's pack it in."
You would think that, but you know they really having trouble bringing back these old fellas. And as much as I did like them in their heyday, it's pandering now, and you're taking away from the current product.
Got to I bootlegged UFC last night. Very excited. Nate Diaz got the W.
Yeah, I heard,
and Daniel Cormier did not. So that kind of sucks. I'm a big DC fan, of course. He's from our area. And he was dominating the fight, though, man. He knocked Stipe out in the first round, in their first match. That's how he became the heavyweight champion.
Okay.
And, I mean, last night, they went, the first 3 rounds, Daniel was just laying into Stipe. Stipe he had his moments. But Daniel must have rocked Stipe 4 or 5 times within the first 3 rounds. I mean, rocked him, just couldn't put him away.
Yeah.
But he was just eating some stiff shots, and you were waiting for Daniel to hit one and finally put Stipe out again. And just Stipe ate him. In the first round, Daniel picked him up over his head, hung on him a little bit, and dropped him on his back. So another DC, one of his patented slams. 4th round came. Both fighters were gassed. And Stipe throws a left hook, digs into Daniel's ribs, and Daniel might have started that round with 24% stamina, and when that hook dug in,
It was over.
That dropped down to about 15%, and 15 seconds later, he ate another one in the ribs, and that dropped to about 8%, and by the time the 4th or 5th hook hit Daniel in the ribs, he crumpled over, and it was over. And they were both tired. Stipe from trying to get Daniel off of him because Daniel would wrestle him. He would hang on him, dirty box, and he was eating a lot of shots. And Daniel was just tired because he couldn't put him away.
Right.
I mean, he was giving him everything. And which was amazing because he knocked him out in the first fight. So he's got the power enough to put him out, and he just didn't do it. Stipe was the man. Look, there's a reason why a lot of people were saying Stipe may be the best heavyweight champion. Before DC beat him, a lot of people were saying Stipe might be the best of all time.
Really? How long had he held
At least
the
at
title?
heavyweight. And and he won it back. So, but for me, I don't know. I think I rate Daniel above Stipe when it comes to best of all time because he was the light heavyweight champion and the heavyweight champion at the same time and defended them both.
Okay.
At the same time. And then he never lost the lightweight belt. He just dropped it so he could continue to defend the heavyweight. And Daniel didn't duck anybody. You look at everybody he's beaten. It's all the big names that were there. Some people say, well, it's a little bit past their prime, but
I about imagine we'd probably get a rubber match out of them too.
He just turned 40, and he wanted to retire, but he was going to retire when he turned 40. Yep. But he decided one more fight anyways to give Stipe the rematch. And now I don't know if he's going to retire or not. Was that Teddy that threw that?
That is Teddy. Teddy to
Traquan.
Traquan needs to break out this year if he wants to be number 2.
He's got to learn how to catch the easy ones,
right.
Not just the hard ones. He's got to catch the easy ones, too. He needs to be consistent.
We've also been looking for a streak route person ever since we lost Cooks.
Good catch. There you go.
Ginn. Old man Ginn, still kicking it.
Old man Ginn. I forgot he's on our team.
Oh, you didn't remember
He missed
the,
most of last season.
Did you see his 40-yard dash contest? That
No,
they
I
had?
didn't get to watch it. I wanted
did
to
not
watch
make it.
I wanted to watch it. I know he lost.
Yeah, he definitely lost. I think Kamara lost his first match as well.
Kamara is more about
He
his balance and how he sheds blocks.
He has football speed, not straight up speed.
Right.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's fast, but it's football speed. It's different when you're in pads and you're jumping between people. I mean, hell, Reggie Bush was fast, and he didn't do jack squat.
And you have to run different. Number one, you're running with the football, and like it's
following
more
blocks.
of it's like a clumpy run. You're not speed running when you're running on a football surface.
It's very rare when you're one-on-one or by yourself running. Very rare. Yep.
That's such a dangerous throw, dude. If you're gonna throw that, throw it out of bounds and give your receiver not.
You're also throwing it at a tight end who the cornerback is much faster than, so he has an opportunity to jump for the ball.
Yeah.
Just throw it out.
I mean, if he's gonna toe the line and make a diving spectacular catch, let him do it. Don't throw it behind him into the field of play.
Right.
And maybe he tried. It was just a bad throw. I don't know. Maybe that too. He hasn't looked impressive. Come on, Teddy. 2nd and 10. In the seam. Nice connection for a first down.
Old man again.
Is Cook even out there? They just given him one catch, and then that's it.
That was the last pass they threw it to was Cook on the sideline.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, the one that he kept it in the field of play. Okay, good. I want to see that guy make some plays, man. We got all excited for his signing.
Truth be told, Drew Brees is going to be the one who gives him the plays.
Brees loves his tight ends. That's a funny sentence. All right, don't shit the bed here. 1st and 10, inside the 20.
TD,
we
man.
always, if we can score, we'll score from outside the 20. Once we get inside the 20, the last couple of years, we shit the bed. Come on.
That's why we got Cook. And
It's like we have to score from outside the 20. We're in the red zone. Fuck it. It's field goal or turnover.
At least they're keeping up with the run. You know, we need to keep that balance.
I'm pleasantly surprised with this bourbon.
Yeah, right.
I find. Yeah, it's smooth. And by the way, I mean no ice on this. I did this one neat just to
give
get
it a
the
taste.
taste,
Yeah.
and it is smooth.
Oh, and that's an
exactly. We shit the bed again. I'm telling you, if we don't score from 21 plus yards, it's a field goal. We have to score from outside the red zone.
Though it was a high pass, who is that running back? Number 27, off his hands.
Oh my God.
Washington? I can't see his name.
Yeah, I think it's Washington. God.
I've not heard of this cat.
Might not hear about him too much anymore either.
Right.
God.
You had your opportunity there, kid. And that, he would have gotten inside the 5-yard line at the least.
Shit in the bed.
Oh, man. Well, okay, so...
2 turnovers in the red zone so far.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, this puts it on our defense again. Maybe we could get a safety. Lord.
At least it's preseason, but I mean... We're Saints fans. We see this sloppy, ridiculous play all the time. So saying at least, it's just preseason. No.
Nah.
We see this all the time. It's Saints football. It's just preseason. It's Saints football.
This stuff bleeds into the regular season on a regular basis. That's why we're always stressed out and pissed off and drink a lot.
Yeah. God. Saints football has done a number to my health. They were saying... Some study came out. It was in the radio prep about how dedicated football fans, or just sports fans in general, get almost as much of a workout as the players in the game because their heart rates go up, especially in a big game like playoff games.
Right.
Your heart rates constantly boom, 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 just like the players all game long.
I hate to be the one to bring it up, but just as an example, that the last Rams game we had in the playoffs. I must have walked almost a mile in my living room back and forth alone watching that game. And after said game,
It was amazing because the Minnesota game, I was confident. I still went go stand in my lucky spot. Although I think I used it too much. There's a limit to amount of certain.
for sure. Yeah.
I think I used it too much, but it was working that night, and I didn't know where the limit was because it was the first time I used that lucky spot. So, but I was feeling confident, and I thought we had it wrapped up. It was like one play, whatever, knock it down, just keep it in front of you, one play, and I was still feeling confident. I was like, yes, we're getting out of here, we're going, and.
I was in a bar watching that game and definitely couldn't sit at my table the last half a quarter at least. And, man, the such high and lows of those games are just, it was crushed. The last 2 years, just
That's
crushed, heartbroken.
I knew, against the Rams we couldn't. There was no way to get confident. It don't pay to get confident in any of that.
I don't know.
We
got to
watch the
well,
last
and
few
I got
seconds.
very confident.
Oh man, that was so terrible though. At least the Vikings game, you can blame it on your own player, but
Right. It was out of our hands in the Rams game. It was given to the Rams, gifted, twice. Not only was the missed call not called, but in overtime, Drew Brees was smoked in the head. No call.
yeah, what
Interception.
about he threw an interception? He still had the football in his hand. Yeah, he had a football in his hands and
His
a man
helmet
in
on
his face.
sideways.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Finally, they wrapped up. It's good to slow them down, but god damn it.
You want
I
the
hate-
first man to make the tackle, if
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come
Yeah, he
on.
hit him at the knee and he wasn't able to wrap up. But that's all right. He's still on the two.
That's what they need to wrap. This business of just throwing a shoulder at them and
I don't know where this Ellis cat came from, but I do like Anzalone. That kid is a damn good linebacker, to back up to A.J. Klein.
his first season he looked spectacular. Second season when they were having him make the calls and he looked like lost.
They're going to call that interference?
There ain't no way. He hit it.
He was in front of the man. Challenge it. We could challenge it now.
That was the worst thing that they could have done, though. Of
Yeah.
all the different changes they could have made, I love the Sky official thing. The thing they were doing for the
See,
it's just an extra ref, and basically he's up in the booth and he watches the monitors, okay? And he can make a call. He can make, just like throwing a flag, he can just buzz down to the umpire and say, "I've seen this." So he has jurisdiction over the whole field. Now he don't get to watch a replay.
okay.
He don't get to review it for stuff. But if he just sees it with a bald eye on the first playthrough, he's got the jurisdiction over the whole field. He watches the broadcast and he can buzz down and say, "Hey, I seen holding
Right.
here. Hey, I seen that." And they treat it just like anything else. So let's say he's seen holding on the offensive line. White hat will go talk to the offensive line ref and say, "Hey, he said he's seen holding in the booth. Did you see it?" And they can discuss over
Right.
it. And it wouldn't take any longer because it's just like. But the NFL says, "Oh no, it's going to take longer," and all these excuses. It's not going to help to have an extra
But
pair
it's
of
okay
eyes.
to
What?
replay. Honestly, Terry McCauley on NBC's Sunday Night Football, the referee. Pay attention to what he says because that man's awesome. He agreed, like he's against the whole challenging pass interference call because that opens up a can of worms. He's not a fan of it, but it is what it is. They made the call anyway.
The other thing about the whole ordeal is I'm not a fan of. It's a semifinal game, and one team. What is it? 4 of the refs on the crew are from the same city as one of the teams,
Yeah.
and another one is from like 30 minutes outside the city.
Right. Oh, not to mention that one of the referees is a former Atlanta Falcon.
Yeah. That's horrendous. You can't in any sport. You can't have 50% or over 50% of your officiating crew from one of the cities that's playing. It should not
No.
be in any sport.
I mean, if you're gonna have a Super Bowl in a team's town, like say it was in New Orleans a couple years ago, yeah, I could absolutely see the NFL trying to do everything they can not to have that team in the Super Bowl. It sure seemed like they didn't want the Saints to go to Atlanta because they would have smoked the Patriots, and they don't want it in Atlanta. That'd have been the best trash talk we could have ever had as
Oh, it would've
Saints
been
fans.
amazing.
Holy.
That's got to be the only thing better than winning a Super Bowl in your hometown is winning it in your arch rival's hometown.
Most definitely. I mean, it's great that we still got the ring when they don't, but I would have rather win over there. God, that would have been so nice.
I'm just so scared the windows
It's closing.
close.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm scared. I'm scared it closed. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this season. I'm just gonna sit down and watch it. I don't know, but man, after we came so close the last 2 seasons, it's hard to believe we can get back there again.
The emotional stress, really. And I remember hearing an interview Colin Cowherd did with Mark Ingram, and Mark Ingram said, you know, how heavy that loss was and how much it was going to weigh on him. And Colin Cowherd actually stated that the Saints are going to fall this year because of that hangover. It's worse than the Minnesota loss, being that it's 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Yep. The only thing is well, the Patriots do it. They're in the championship game every year, so I mean,
right.
maybe we can do it 3 years in a row. But God, it's so hard to get back there.
You
It's
know,
a
Peyton
long
is
season.
a really good coach, but now the team is dedicated to putting that behind them.
I love Sean Payton, but on Sundays I forget how much I love him because I just scream at
Yeah,
scream
true.
at him a lot.
But I remember seeing Thomas Morstead last week sending a message out to Saints fans to forget about the lawsuit, forget about the call. It's over. We're on a new season. Let's do this now. So maybe the team does think differently.
Well, you got to understand. Before Thomas Morstead or any of these other players became a Saints player, what did they give a shit about the Saints?
Not a single.
when most of these Saints players, not all, but most of them, when their contract term is terminated with the Saints, what shit are they going to give about the Saints?
You're right. I think Drew Brees is the only one who probably stick around.
So before Brees came and when Brees is gone, hit him! Come on, string it out. Oh my God, you can't get 2-3 yards out of that play. You can't let that happen. Anyways, I think we reserve the right to say we. Number one, I spend the money on the tickets. I spend the money on the merchandise. But I don't play the game. But shit, I've been a Saints fan much longer than Drew Brees has.
Right.
And I'll be a Saints fan longer than he will be. I will forever be a Saints fan longer than him.
Yeah.
Than a lot of these players. When it's a different person signing the check for them, they don't care.
You don't have
I will
many,
always be a Saints fan. Get
have
him.
Oh man.
Come on. What
oh wow.
trash.
Well, no safety help on that one. Right over the top. Ugh.
Absolute.
P.J. Williams.
He looked like shit last week.
So-
But he's a slot
he
corner. Was he in the
always
slot
does.
here? Was he in the slot? Because they weren't playing him in the slot last week, and that's why he looked
No,
terrible.
Banjo was in the slot.
Yeah, why is he not in the slot?
There was no safety. Like they were all on the line.
And,
He-
well,
that's all
and
he
I
had
don't
to do was
believe
throw it over the top.
In the NFL, you can't play without a safety back there. You have to have a safety back there.
The wide receiver's too fast for Banjo to get back where he needed to be. If we'd have had
Yeah.
a safety back there, he wouldn't have tossed it like that.
You can pull that shit off in college football and high school football. In the NFL, you need a safety back there. You can't just. I remember being in the Dome. The Saints were playing the Giants, and it was that high-scoring,
Oh, yeah.
touchdown game. And I remember one of the first drives. If I'm not mistaken, the Giants got their defensive coordinator back. He was our defensive coordinator. And he went, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, that terrible ass dude.
yeah. So, but I think that's who it was.
Spagnuolo?
I think so. Anyway, so I'm looking. We lining up. Probably, I think, at the 35, 40-yard line of the Giants. And I'm like, hey, man, where's their safeties? My dad's just like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck is their safeties? We're about to score. Snap the ball. I mean, just launch right over. There was no. It was a inside 7 route.
Okay.
It was a 7 route.
Yeah. Look at that.
And you one-on-one, he got the inside. All you need is a little bit of speed. There's nobody back there.
With the speed of the wide receivers these days, there's no reason for pulling your safeties up like that. Even if you're disguising it.
Yeah, I mean, it
Cornerbacks,
was bad. I was
cornerbacks
screaming.
fast, and they still have trouble keeping up with the wide receivers these days, and safeties are definitely slower. Oh, that was awful. Oh, well. Well, like I said, it's
That's
Saints
the second
football.
time. P.J. Williams.
All right, so P.J. Williams.
Oh, wait,
what's
I'm
that other
confusing.
cat?
I'm confusing P.J. with
No, P.J. sucked last week.
but the guy we got back from the Eagles.
That's who I was about to
Patrick
mention.
Robinson.
Patrick Robinson.
Robinson got burned. They were playing him on the outside and not in the slot.
Robinson
That's
is
the
garbage
reason
in
why I
New
was
Orleans.
bitching.
He's really good at Philadelphia, but he sure sucks it up every time he's in New Orleans.
He played the slot and field. He needs to play the slot. If he plays the slot, he's all right. Last week he wasn't.
I feel like we picked up a cornerback in the draft. Am I wrong?
I don't.
God,
Honestly-
we need an opposite of Lattimore bad, and Eli Apple is not cutting it either.
Football, I was still in February up until like a couple weeks ago until we got the Saints tickets in. Off season was dead to me. I didn't care about the
understand that.
draft. Football was dead to me.
Well, yeah,
And
I
it
understand that.
wasn't until we got the tickets in, that's what I went and go get the season tickets. I'm gonna open them up. And
Hell
see.
yeah.
When these tickets came, by the way, we sold. Let's see, you get 10 because you got 2 preseason games, 8 regular season. We sold 2 preseason games and 3 regular season games, and so we got 5 left. We sold them legally, by the way. We're just putting this out on the podcast. NFL ticket exchange,
Correct.
where you can sell them by market value.
Yeah, you're not scalping.
And we got basically
Told you, Chris Banjo.
yeah, we're playing basically $55 a game to go to these 5 games. Our season tickets basically cost us $55.
That's pretty legit. Hell yeah.
I mean, $11 a game basically.
That's pretty
we
sweet.
can't go to all of them. I'm like I work. I can't
Obligations,
go to Monday
children.
night games.
Yeah, of
and-
course.
There we go. Check that out.
That's neat.
I'm ecstatic about these because they made a mistake one season when they first started doing these fancy ones where you see how they have the barcode here that they scan?
Yeah.
That was on a little perforated thing.
Oh,
and
the
people
tearaway
would lose.
shit.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
would lose it, and they'd show up with the ticket, and the barcode was gone. They were like, "Oh, we can't let you in."
Oh, that's terrible.
And so they fixed it the next year, and then the next 2 or 3 years they went back to that style. And this year again, they have it to where
Who's 70 Ron? Ramsick?
where is
Up
he?
here.
The Dallas. Yeah, that's got to be Ryan Ramczyk. 71. That's the Dallas game. That one got us $250.
Shit.
My price on the ticket is $53 for that seat. We sold it for $250. $250 a
Ticket
piece,
exchange,
man.
baby.
It's the Cowboys game and it's Sunday night, so
Man.
it's,
If there's one game I don't want to lose besides a Falcons game, definitely don't want to lose that one. But I understand Sunday night game, work obligations. It's damn hard to do that.
good run, good tough run. I like that. Second down. Who's that? 27. Is that Washington again?
Yeah, that's a cat that dropped the pass. Now you got to get your hands up, man. The way he ran that route, he knew that ball was coming at him.
And-
What are you doing, son?
yeah. Oh, we got our season ticket holder stickers.
Hell yeah.
They get smaller and smaller every year, though.
I do like
It
the
used to be
old school
huge.
design on that one, though. The little stripe.
3rd and 5 from the 30. Bridgewater back to pass, looking over the middle. No, is that Bridgewater? That's 5.
He is on the
That's
ground.
Taysom.
No. Taysom's 7. 5 is
Yeah.
Bridgewater.
Okay, it is Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
His skin tone changed on him. It must be, it must be the lighting in the bootleg stream or something. I thought it was Teddy at first, but then when he went back to pass, he got a little light on me. I don't know. Yeah, that one was in the dirt. Boy, Teddy looks bad.
Yeah. It's time to put Hill in the game. Teddy is not hacking it. That's probably why he's still in the game, is because he's playing like dog shit.
Yeah. Well, they'll give them each a half, I guess.
So it seems to be.
I thought Teddy has the potential to do good. I didn't think Taysom Hill was a quarterback. I thought he was just that specialty Swiss Army knife, like you said. But
after that bootleg pass last year, certainly got a gun on him.
I didn't know he had the ability to be a real quarterback. Last week he showed me he could. Again, the first preseason game, but he showed me he could.
Well, that's what he did at BYU, man. He was actually really good. I want to say he broke some of Steve Young's records out there. Can't confirm that at the moment, but
running and gunning. Well,
kid's got an arm.
He's got an arm, and he always looked to me like he was a run-first quarterback. But last week, he looked like a quarterback.
I do like what we're doing with him, but, I fear it's not going to have the same effect that once Drew Brees is gone. They were New England Patriots were actually trying to do the same thing with Danny Etling out of LSU, and he couldn't hack it.
Yeah. I know this is way off topic, but it's one of the top. You've been following the shit that's been going on with the Jeffrey Epstein suicide, supposedly murder.
Suicide
type
my
deal.
ass. That man was murdered.
Like he was either was murdered or they turned their back and allowed him to commit suicide.
He caught that ball.
That's unbelievable.
So a man who, quote, tried to commit suicide 6 days prior, you're going to pull him off. Well,
off a suicide
two
watch.
weeks prior, and you're going to pull him 6 days,
after he actually
off a suicide
tried.
watch? And not to mention the 2 guards that fudged the numbers to show that they were actually tending to him when the suicide occurred. So...
And one of them, did you hear this? One of them wasn't actually officially a guard.
Correct. Well, also they just recently released on the autopsy that certain neck bones in his neck were broken that only occur from strangulation.
From strangulation.
Yeah. And you're going to tell me this man hung himself with a shoestring? Well, there was also another interview with somebody who
I know his lawyers now
is in or frequents the prison, but they're saying that there is no way for you to commit suicide in those.
They hadn't had it in over 40 years.
Right.
They hadn't had a suicide there in over 40 years.
No, he was about to expose a bunch of the elites for scumbags that they are.
The most high-profile prisoner you have in the history of that prison, and you just botch it like that?
No.
There's too much. And, the big mainstream media is going to tell you, those are just conspiracy theories.
Well, see,
there's enough here. Using Occam's razor, the easiest solution is that he either got murdered or they turned their backs and allowed him to commit suicide. That's the easy solution. Saying that it was just a real and all these things were just coincidences, that's the harder thing to believe.
Well, the thing is that I have a number of friends from all over the political spectrum, from your communist full left to your conservative full rights. And everyone tends to agree that it was not a suicide. Yeah. But our government is so ballsy and no one's going to challenge them on it. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. And it ain't just the Clintons that are involved in this. There is a number of parties.
So many, yeah. And it could be a bunch of people that got together. It could be one. It doesn't have to be. I mean, there's always a possibility that he wanted to do it. I mean, you go from living the lavish life that he lived. I mean, he was practically a king, whatever. He could do whatever he wanted.
Had his own island.
And then now you got to eat shitty prison food and
right. Well, he was set for trial in a month.
And you don't want to. Some of these people he's probably close with, and he probably knows, man, if I go to court, I'm gonna have to give some of these people up, and I don't want to. And maybe, and maybe they. But there was still some. I'm telling you, you can't have that much incompetence.
The curious thing is, at his residence, that they've said that he has books, he has photos, he has records of all this stuff, and his little private plane, his island, etc. Well, I'm sure all that information is going to be disappear rather soon.
I know they said, well, the theory is he has some of that stuff so he can blackmail people.
Oh yeah,
And I imagine so. I mean, if you look at all the people he hung out with, it's the elite.
I hate this commercial. They always show that damn Vikings and Saints game.
NFL ticket, but I like NFL ticket exchange.
Oh, for sure. Let's change the commercial though.
Time for a new one. So we're watching the San Diego. No, God, it's not San Diego. It's Los Angeles. We're
Yeah.
watching the Los Angeles version, I believe.
No, they got the same amount of fans regardless what
Yeah.
town in California they're in.
Because they would have more in San Diego, but they burned all their jerseys.
Well, you would think, after being in San Diego, sharing a stadium for as long as they have been, they would get their own stadium. Nah, we're going to share it with the Rams.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. As good as the Rams are, they're playing in the Coliseum. You don't fill the Coliseum with your fans because, well, you don't have a real fan base over there because you just moved from St. Louis. But it's really not a great stadium for sound. And their home games just seem lame, man. You don't hear anything. It's not like being in a Superdome for sure.
And then you got the Raiders who were like, we want to go too. And then they were like, oh, no, two teams are going to have, oh, man. Let's go to Vegas. Vegas. And but they do it early, and so they're not gonna stay in Oakland anymore. Well, they have to stay in Oakland is what I mean, because it's gonna take even longer for the Vegas thing to go up, because the Chargers and the Rams, like you say, can play in the Coliseum or whatever until the new stadium's built.
Right.
Oakland can't. So they have to stay where and play in front of the fans and stay in front of the fan. Those diehard, what they call it, the black hole fans.
Yeah.
That they're known legendary for the costumes that they wear. Some diehard fans, and they have to go play in front of them. And for the next couple seasons, with the fans knowing you're abandoning them.
Nevada, Las Vegas, I just don't see it. I don't see what the attraction was. I get it. You want to be in Vegas, the big lights, the seats, and everything. It's like tourists, man. Like, what kind of fan base are you going to have out there?
Yeah. It's tour. There's money. You got the big money people there that are going to buy the suites.
Right.
But just the average, I mean, maybe they think people are going to go to Vegas and, hey, let's go see a football game.
The noise in your stadium.
Yeah,
like, those cats in the booth are just sitting.
No,
chilling.
and then the people that are going to buy tickets, they just stayed up till 6 a.m. in the casinos, and they'll go watch the NFL game. But they're probably not even going to be a Raiders fan. They're just tourists anyways, and they're going to be quiet. They're not going to be rowdy.
Yeah, that's your NFL not totally thinking things through, which seems to be Goodale's MO.
I don't know if he even thinks.
Oh, you heard about that? You're right. You heard about Eric Reed getting pissed off at Jay-Z with his new money deal? Oh, I'm so sick of that.
Dude,
you can't make anybody happy, man. They're trying to actually come to an amicable agreement about everything, and of course, you're not happy, but you sure shut your mouth whenever they threw money at you. You sure wanted to talk about Malcolm Jenkins not doing anything. You look at what Malcolm Jenkins does in the public. That man is all about public relations and helping out people.
Dude,
Eric Reed is so full of shit.
Colin Kaepernick
It's
broke a record for the least amount of yards passed with at least 3 quarters played.
Yeah, well.
It was 15. He threw for 15 yards in over 3 quarters.
Right.
And they're going to tell me that it's because he's half black or whatever. Because no. It's because he's terrible at quarterback.
He's an awful quarterback, but just saying.
And he's bringing attention to himself too. Maybe if he was maybe he would have a little bit of heat, but you can bring that much attention, that much negativity, and be a terrible quarterback.
Honestly, a lot of the things that really made him bring it out in public's his old lady. That man ain't said a peep until he married that girl, and now
she got in his head.
He's super activist now. No, that cat was living his lavish ass lifestyle, chilling, not giving a fuck. Sorry for the language, but
Daishiki got to it. What?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Don't Be a Menace. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, I get it, and I do support, like trying to bring attention to injustices. I get that 100%.
Yeah.
No worries. But you're full of shit, man. You're not putting up. Oh, he gave $1 million here and to one little corporate. I said, get out of here, dude. You ain't doing shit.
Tax write-off. I mean,
No, that's why I say pay attention to Malcolm Jenkins. That man's actually trying to do things and helping and constantly in the streets. Colin Kaepernick staying on friggin' Facebook and Instagram, going to really expensive ass dinners and stuff to put his face out in the media. Nah, screw that.
he's
dude.
about the publicity. It's virtue signaling.
Correct. I support
Third
the
and
cause,
goal.
but not the way he's going about it.
3rd and goal. Come on, Saints. Keep him out of the end zone. Oh, that's holding. Jeez.
He tripped. I'll give him that one.
Okay.
That's Cardale Jones quarterbacking for the Chargers. He got a lot of tout coming out of Ohio State, but I also thought that Ohio State was way overblown. I thought J.T. Barrett was a better quarterback than him. We'll see, I guess, because J.T. Barrett just couldn't stay on the Saints.
Yeah. I hadn't seen. I'm trying to think of the best quarterback I've seen come from college in the last few years.
It was kind of a dry
maybe the
class.
Rams quarterback. He's
Jared Goff?
Yeah.
For sure. Best
He missed it?
translation.
He hit it?
No, he got that. That's in. I'm actually trying to think of all the recent ones that just came out of the draft.
I like
Carson Wentz came from nowhere, and he did very well, but then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And when you watch Wentz play, you can see how scared he is to get hurt
The
again.
the Browns quarterback.
Baker Mayfield. He actually did damn good last year. So, normally I don't like overly cocky people, but I like what he's doing with the Browns. And I like how he doesn't care that it's the Browns because he knows he's going to make that team good. So I'm all right with that, dude. Like, show your ass off. If you're going to play well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Make the Browns a decent team. I hate to see a fan base suffer that hard for so long.
Or you have people like, well, this is just a pit stop for me.
Right.
They just drafted me. I'm here for my 3 years, and then I'll go somewhere else.
Johnny fucking football.
Yeah. I don't watch much of the NBA, but I know a lot of people are pissed off at Anthony Davis. Boy, a lot of Pelicans fans are.
The front office tried to do a lot for that man and offered him all kinds of stuff, but he sure seems spoiled. Now, look, you got to understand that man went through 4 or 5 hard-ass years in New Orleans.
He did.
And he suffered, and they weren't trying to get nobody from him. And I can see where he just got tired of it. But the fact that you're going to come out in a game wearing a "that's all, folks," you draft Zion Williams and you won't even entertain the thought?
Yeah. Look, we got you Zion, and now he's.
No. But I get his frustration, but you ain't got to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
I guess it called karma whenever Boogie blew out his ACL.
And who was surprised? Not me.
Yeah, well.
Screw that. Screw Boogie.
I mean, I'm against.
You got to.
Well, Hill's in the game now. No, I'm against.
You got to see that blitz
super
coming, though.
teams,
Somebody blew it. Somebody's down.
Offensive lineman's down. Yeah, that's one thing about the NBA, man. All they want to do is all join a good team instead of trying to make it their own like the old cats did. And then they want to say that, oh, MJ had help with this. No, man, he had those cats on the team, and they just were that good. But, yeah.
Horace Grant was really tearing up the league.
Yeah, let me tell
when
you.
He was Luke Longley, man. Luke Longley was Tony Kukoc. Tearing up the league. I mean, they were pretty good, but they weren't. They were pretty good, but they weren't going to win you a championship with anybody else on your team.
What's the Warriors coach, Steve Kerr? He was with them. I mean, you didn't hear of that cat.
And he was good, but he wasn't championship good. So you weren't going to get Steve Kerr on your team and build around him and make a championship.
Nope.
He wasn't that type. Jordan was. Jordan was the guy that they built around.
I think like as much as people hate on the man, the only one that we got in the NBA that can do it like that is LeBron James. And I know people hate on that man. Look what he did in Cleveland. How many times he brought that team to the final with no one?
He
I mean,
does.
you got J.R. Smith running the ball to the wrong end of the court with 5 seconds left.
I don't like him. I do respect him. I respect him. I'm not saying I just don't like
care
him.
for him. I am showing respect to the man's talent.
Yeah.
Because he, as much as people grieve him, the dude could play. And he definitely took a bunch of nobodies to the finals a bunch.
Jordan got away with traveling. I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you that. But LeBron gets away with it too. But the difference, this is why I don't like LeBron. Because if Jordan got away with traveling, Jordan was just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
LeBron's like, no, man. That's called the crab walk. I just crab walk.
Oh, no, yeah.
Man, don't make up no shit like that.
Oh,
you
no.
traveled and you got away with it. It's
He's
fine.
absolutely full
just
of
say,
it.
yeah. Don't make up shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just be like Jordan. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me.
No.
Just give me some. It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
He likes to put himself in the media, and he talks way too damn much. But
Fucking crab walk. That's the gather step, John. The gather step. Man, there ain't no gather step in the rule books. Hey, if I knew I could do that when I was in Little League, I might have actually had a little success in basketball until everybody was really
you
got
could have
taller
been
than
John
me.
Stockton.
But in Little League, yeah. Little League, if I known I could have crab walked, used my gather step, shit. They don't. In EPYB, they called that shit.
Yeah,
that whistle
right.
was blown.
but
And this shit, I'm doing the
over the top.
over the top, over or under, whatever.
I don't remember the call that was.
Carrying.
No, I'll put it out there. Jordan, way better than James, just hands down. Close, like he's a good player.
And Kobe was Kobe could make a team a chance. He needed a big guy. Jordan needed big help too.
Everybody needs a big guy.
Jordan didn't need a spectacular big guy. Again, Luke Longley. He was just big.
Yeah.
And he had some decent talent. Rodman did wonders for Jordan. Rodman didn't have to be as good, but
however, I did like
Kobe
that
needed
Pistons
Shaq.
team though. Like that was a whole different era. That Pistons team was awesome. The Bad Boys, man, that cats were awesome. Think about what Isaiah Thomas could have been without that injury, huh?
I wish I could watch basketball now.
Well,
It's just hard for me to watch.
I kind of view it like baseball. As much as I love baseball, basketball is too many damn games, and I'd rather just watch the playoffs and/or March Madness. That was a hell of a throw by Hill. That man's got a rock.
He had protection, nice gun. He needed 18, and I think they came up a yard and a half short just because the receiver couldn't. He cut.
That's Butler. Oh, and he dropped the damn ball.
Oh, he dropped it.
Yeah, it went off his hands.
Oh my God.
And they were talking highly about him before the game. Yep, right off his hands or face mask. Ball.
3rd and 18. We're just gonna
And we're
run.
gonna run the ball. Tight.
Get some space for the punter.
Zigbo? Oh, we're in that type of preseason now. Yeah. Now we've got the no names on the field trying to get a practice squad spot. 5 of 12, 40 yards and an interception. Teddy was ugly today.
Yeah. 5 of 12.
Not impressed with the team for preseason, but I will say that I prefer us to be terrible in preseason because we normally do better in the regular season. It's just our first, 6 games are difficult.
I want to get out injury free. It's
Oh, boy.
wow.
He's gone.
This is the stuff I don't like, okay? Because it's a double. Some of these players ain't gonna be on the team, so I get that.
No.
But like with Drew, okay, the offense is gonna be better with Drew. Period. And
Right.
Drew ain't playing,
No,
so
of
it's
course.
hard to judge a lot of that because even just the communication. There might be better players might be making mistakes because Drew's not communicating. It's somebody else. So, and we get fingers crossed, knock on press wood, that we Drew's gonna be there all season, hopefully. And so
That's
we
some
don't have to
starters
worry
right
about
there,
some of
bro.
those errors that happen without Drew. But it's the defense and the special teams that I want to see. In preseason, I'll hold them to a higher standard because, okay, they might not have Cam, but Cam Jordan, but for the most part, those people need to perform. It's different.
Well, how
Cam
you think
Jordan's different
Taysom
from a
Hill
quarterback.
got on the team? Because he was wanting to be on the special teams. He just
Yeah.
wanted to be on the team technically, and just busted his ass on special teams. How many times you saw Taysom Hill blow the fuck up of a punt? That's why he's on the team.
That's the thing, man. They
Look
do.
at 3 men on him as he caught the ball. Not a one touched him. Oh, that's terrible. Saints football.
Yeah, boy, not much has changed over the. We've gotten overall better. We've gotten better. Like the roll of the dice has been better. You know what I mean? Like we win more now than we used to. We've
gotten calls, or not? I should
we
say
get more calls now. The
the
plays,
ball bounced our way last year a bunch.
the bad plays aren't as frequent anymore, but they're still just as bad. We still get them. They still have. They're just not as frequent. The
It's
percentages have gone better
it's
for
not
us.
paper bag mistakes, but we're still making mistakes.
A little squib.
That'll put it at halftime. Run it back, son.
Get around. Get around.
Well, at least he didn't fumble it. Who knows after he dropped that damn pass? We could have had 2 touchdowns.
2 turnovers in the red zone.
Yep.
I mean, and it's been the last couple of years. I've been saying it. They shit the bed when they get across the 20. I'm gonna see if I can't run my dad into this board. So I'm gonna pause the podcast for like a second, and so that whoever's listening, obviously you don't have to listen for while we pause it. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get my dad on speakerphone, but run his audio through the board here, and we can have a little halftime bitch fest. This should be funny. So let's hang on here. Okay, we're back. We got my dad on the line. You can at least hear him over there in your
I can
headset.
hear him.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear? You probably can't hear Brandon because we don't. You
Yeah,
have to
I
hear
heard
me
him.
like this. You heard him?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Awesome.
What's happening?
So, what do you think so far about the first half?
Sucks.
That's about
Pretty
right,
bad.
Yeah.
We were talking so great about the quarterbacks last week, and I was like, you know what? They're going to be shit for like the rest of the preseason. So far,
Well-
Teddy doesn't look good at all.
Oh, Teddy looked like he shit the bed.
Well, the whole team did. Hey, 2 turnovers in the red zone. 2. That's the definition of shit in the bed.
Yeah, but whose fault the turnovers were?
Well, they said they were trying to blame the rookie center on the 4th down, but for me, you kicked the field goal.
Right. But also,
Well,
the second
you do-
one, it came off the running back's hands. Teddy threw the ball a bit hard and high, but that running back should have had that.
Okay, what you were saying?
Okay, yes, you do kick the field goal there, but even if you do go for it, I understand it is preseason. You hitting the chest with the damn ball, and then
Yep.
you don't and then it bounces forward, and you don't even make an effort to catch it, to go after the fumble. I mean, you might have been able to pick it up and advance it the 8 yards or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the game today is too big for Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know what's his problem.
He's off. He's off. There was one where
Mentally and physically, he's just not there. I don't know.
we were talking about the tight end running an out route towards the sidelines, and man, he's forcing the ball in there. He doesn't have to throw it, but if he's going to throw it out of bounds, and maybe the tight end can catch it, but at least the corner can't catch it, right?
Right.
Well, he's on the wrong shoulder, man. He throws it inbounds, and it doesn't work. It's an incomplete pass. Nothing bad happened, but it was bad idea, bad decision making.
And the pass interference, there's no way that should have been called pass interference.
No, Crowley was in front of that man. There was no way that was pass interference. Yeah,
Catchable, and it wasn't pass interference.
correct. Man, that was an ugly call. We could have actually challenged that one, so Sean Payton could have stuck it to the league.
Well, it is 17-3. We're about to start the third quarter. That's when I figured you wanted to check in a little bit. We were doing the podcast, so wasn't able to pause it, but we got to pause it for halftime. We're about to kick off again.
Oh,
But
we kicked off over here.
okay, yeah,
we're a little bit behind.
we're a little bit behind. We're running on
Okay.
an internet stream. We bootlegging it
Yep.
because we don't have KLFY. They're still arguing with DirecTV.
Oh,
Come on, go. All right. Well, I'll let you go. I'll catch up with you later.
okay. All right. Who that?
Who that? So that worked. The only thing is it was hard for him to hear you at the switch between the speakerphone.
It's all good.
I used to have Skype. That would have worked way better because the phone call would have been on the laptop.
Okay.
And then we would have just had headphones, and he would have been able to hear the feed from both mics.
Yeah, I think you
But
got the gist of it.
I'm just getting back into podcasting. I ain't ready to start spending $5 a month on Skype again, or whatever it was. 4th and 10. We just got the
First
damn
and
ball.
10. No. You read it wrong.
No. On the
Did it really say
on the
4th and 10?
field, not the
Oh,
graphic
okay,
on
okay,
the field.
okay, I
The
see what you're
field
saying.
graphic said 4th and 10.
Oh. Yeah, the
Like, no.
referee. I mean, that's the referees of the NFL. You know, it's to be expected. You know, I would say they have preseason too, but it seems like they mess up all year long.
That's supposed to be the best of the best in the postseason, and
You know, in all
They're just as
honesty,
bad.
ever since Terry McCauley retired, they had about 4 or 5 other older, old generation referees retire at the same time. Ever since then, it's gone downhill majorly. And I could care less about Mike Pereira because he's kind of a jerk off, but Terry McCauley was a damn good referee.
they
and-
changed the rules so much.
They
so,
do.
man.
But even still, man, like it's an embarrassment. It's like whenever they had the strike and those replacement referees, that was just awful. And it's not like it improved.
They're not full time. That's why.
True.
They're
True.
not full time. If you get them to go in the off season and work on camps and have them, oh my God,
Yeah,
good
he didn't get the
tackle
first
there.
down.
Good tackle.
He
Who
is
was that
like a
linebacker?
hair.
I mean, he was about. I can't even
Nwosu?
read that.
That's
NWOSU.
I'm gonna say Nwosu.
Man, he had a chance because if it would have been like an average guy, he could have spun off that tackle, maybe reached for it and
Oh,
got it.
he
But that
lit
guy
him up.
just met him right there like a train. 4th and 1, punt it.
Yeah,
Man, if I'm a Chargers fan, I'm excited about that cat.
yeah, definitely. I'm wondering. No, their guy got hurt.
That's man. I just got off. I've been on the keto diet since January 2nd. Because I try to cut in the spring, so I can take my shirt off come summertime, and then in the fall I start trying to do lean bulking. Last year's lean bulking, I just stopped paying attention and I ate whatever I wanted to, and I did bulk up, but it wasn't lean.
Right.
And I've been running Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I run 3 miles. I run 3.1. I run 5Ks.
That's what's up.
And it's hard to put on weight now.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I wish. No, honestly, I'm so lazy.
I-
When I'm home, I bust my ass at work, and boy, when I
Yeah.
get home, I just don't want, man. And I probably should,
your job's a little bit more physical than mine. See, I do it in the
Yeah,
morning.
constantly on my feet all day long.
It's the worst part of my day. People think, well, John, you run, you like to run, you like to do exercise and work out. No, I don't. That's why I do it first thing in the morning.
Right.
Because it's fucking done. I hate it. But
Get it
it's
out the
done. I
way,
get it
yeah.
out the way. Once it's out the way, then okay, the worst part of my day is already over.
True.
And sometimes you do it, you accomplish it. I got a good time. I feel good after the workout. Like my muscles are pumped up a little bit. I'm like, I can't lose today.
Yeah.
I got it. I already accomplished the hardest shit. So that's why I like to do it in the morning.
Honestly, because of my job, I would be a skinnier man, but I'm a beer drinker, and I got that. I'm skinny, but I still got that little beer pooch, man. Like I should slow down.
You're
and
an
work out
average.
more.
You're an
I'm
average size guy. Yeah.
But I'd be a lot leaner if I didn't like beer as much as I do.
I'd tell I've always been lean growing up. Not as lean as I'd like to be, body fat percentage wise, but I've always
Right.
been small. But I was never in shape. I gotta tell people. You might think, oh yeah, John, I don't know why you're talking about diets and blah blah blah. You're not fat and blah blah blah. No, but I'm also not in shape, dude. I can't
Yeah.
run for 20 feet before
I
losing
mean,
my breath.
you don't have to be a big person to not be in shape.
Yeah, and that's what. So that was part of my destiny. My goal was I was gonna be in shape. So I started to
Yeah.
run. I started with 1 mile, man. I'd run 1 mile Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 1 mile, 1 mile, 1 mile, and then I started getting faster and faster and better and better. And I was talking with Tyler, who still runs
Of course.
all the time, and,
Yeah, I
and
see
he's
that.
like, "Man, one day you're gonna be able to do a 5K with me." And I was like, "Yeah," and I'll finish with the walkers. And he was like, "No, if you can do what was it? I was running 1 mile and 3/4. You know,
Right.
where the whole pace was under 10 minutes per mile." And
That's good.
he's like, "You can if you do that, it might be slower. Your last mile and a half is going to be slower, but you can do a 5K." And I'm like, one morning I wake up, I'm like, "Fuck it, let's see if this asshole's right. Let's just see." And I fucking did it, and it was hard.
Right.
I thought I was dead, but but it fucking worked. I did it,
No, but
and
it feels
now
good
it
when you
just
do it.
becomes the standard. Now I just do it every time.
See, I had started jogging not long ago. I'm just trying to do better, but my thing is stretching. I don't do it
I don't
properly.
stretch.
And what happened whenever I did more than a mile,
Mm-hmm.
maybe get like mile and a half or so, but on that last turn, my calves tightened up to where I couldn't put my feet down, so I had to walk on the balls of my feet all the way home. And ever since then, I'd never went back to it. And that's my problem. But
I don't stretch as much as I should. I really don't stretch. Every now and again.
honestly,
Nice.
my old lady trying to get me into yoga and stuff, and that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
With my back being tight as it is, it would help, man. Yoga's
Do some DDP
yoga's
yoga,
nice.
man.
Really though, yeah, I've heard really good things about that. I
He
would like to get
what's-
into it.
It's real. It really works. I mean, it stretches you. It's a bit grueling, some of the poses, especially if you do it hot, like you
But
turn
think
off the
about
AC.
How bad of a shape he was in, and
Yeah,
now
his
look
back
at the
was
man.
jacked up, man. And he cuts out all the bullshit,
Yeah,
all the
stupid poses you don't need to do.
and the mysticality behind it, and the
yeah,
the look
that's what annoys me about trying to watch those videos.
the
Those
hippy
damn
dippy
yogis,
stuff.
man.
Yeah,
Just show me the poses, the
Yeah.
time, the breathing technique, and then get out my face.
yeah. And we like Japanese role playing games. We like mana and stuff like it's we like the storylines, but come on. When it comes
Fine, man, but it's not my whole being,
I ain't absorbing no chi or whatever,
Right.
you know.
I'm not, this ain't Final Fantasy VII, bro. I'm not absorbing the Earth's energy, Nah, but like yoga's great. It works, and I just need to do it, help myself out.
Everybody needs to do something, whatever it is.
Honestly, you'd be going to the hospital a lot less if you were in shape a little bit more.
I
But we're South
I looked into
Louisiana, man.
myself and I was like, I got a lot of restrictions. I got kids and stuff, but I just said I just want to be a better me all the way around. You see, I don't post as much shit on. I don't argue with people on Facebook anymore.
Right.
I stopped that shit. I want to be a better me all around.
That's what I'm trying to do as well.
It's on Facebook. It's hard, man, because sometimes I just I'll type 3 paragraphs where I'm just ripping somebody to shreds, and I'll shake my phone, erase it all, and turn my phone off and put it down. I'll never post it.
That's a lot of things that I'll
Get
do,
away.
man.
Get away
you type
from
it
it.
out, get it out your head, and then delete it.
Yeah.
But like that's why I'd rather watch joke things, share joke pages, watch funny stuff.
Yeah,
like I told
uplifting
you that show
stuff.
Letterkenny, man, it's funny. I just like to laugh instead of being angry all the time. So screw it, man. Screw the politics are important and shit, but people argue. It doesn't matter what you say. You're never going to change another person's mind.
No, they have to be willing to do some digging. They're not. It's not going to come from a discussion unless they're asking you. If somebody's mind is going to get changed, they have to go digging for it themselves.
Especially these days, it ain't easy to try to get someone to think differently than they want to.
The defense, I mean, it's not good enough.
No,
It's not good enough. They
Patrick
show some
Robinson right there, I
signs.
mean-
Yeah, they show some signs of being able to make some
that
stops.
kid right there,
but-
Garner Johnson. He was he was a cornerback draft pick I was asking earlier.
Okay.
I've actually heard really good things about this kid. He's out of Florida. Give him a little bit of time to get his feet wet, get used to the speed of the NFL. I do think he could be an opposite Lattimore.
I hope so. Man, I wish Delvin Bro didn't have so many injuries.
Yeah, that kid's future was so great, and it's just bad luck, man.
And freaking Fairley.
Oh, how unfortunate,
I mean,
man.
that's
Just a
crazy.
random
I was
heart
so
problem
looking.
like that.
He did when he was there. The few games he played for us, he made a difference.
Well, that's why we need Rankins back so fast.
Yep.
Because Rankins is a beast.
All right, third down. Let's see what you got. Who's Jones? Is that their
That's
third
Cordell
quarterback?
Jones. Yeah, that's the guy from Ohio State. That's the one that threw the
Okay.
ball over the top for the touchdown.
Bro, you seen what was it?
Look how far back.
Kyler Murray on Thursday night for the Cardinals.
I did not see him.
Awful.
Oh, he hit the ball.
Almost another tipped interception. At least we get the hands up.
Get
the
your
hands
hands
up.
up, man. That's what Cam Jordan trying to get everybody to do. Get your hands up. You can't get to the quarterback, throw your hands up, man. You got, 3 seconds to get to the quarterback? If you can't, throw your hands up.
Kyler Murray is awful.
Awful?
Awful.
I was wondering.
Well, he was that preseason game. Look, Teddy Bridgewater looked like a world beater last week. This week,
Truth.
he looks beaten.
But let me tell you like this. Last year, Baker Mayfield came and owned ass each game. Man,
Yeah.
he might have had a couple bad windows here and there. You know, he's also with the Browns with no one else around him. But that kid still showed determination and drive. Kyler Murray, I was curious about. I don't believe he was worth the first-round pick. I think that was stupid. I don't think Josh Rosen was a starting quarterback either for the Cardinals, but there could have been someone else besides Kyler Murray you could have picked.
He looked like he was over his head. He was making bad decisions, bad throws, and he gave up a safety.
Look,
on a.
yeah, he was beautiful at Oklahoma, but you also got to think that the Big 12 ain't got a defense to save their life. Look what happened when they played Alabama. Alabama beat the shit out of them until they got tired. Not that they got tired, they got bored in that game, and that's why Oklahoma came back. You saw the difference in the first 2 quarters than the second half. That's when Oklahoma came back. Nick Saban got pissed off because them cats quit on the game because they were just destroying them. Kyler Murray, you know, if you're going to go against an NFL-type defense, it's going to be Alabama, and they shut him up.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
it
you know,
was the
first
Bengals.
preseason game, so you
Not the
never know,
Bengals.
but I'm not confident in this cat. It's not.
I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Thursday night, and I was just, oh my god, this guy's terrible.
I believe the
other-
Cardinals played the Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders
Raiders are looking
look
okay.
pretty good.
John Gruden's getting his magic, you know.
It takes you a year or two, man.
I got confidence in John Gruden. I really like him. He's a really good friend of Sean Payton, but I just like John Gruden. He's a good guy.
He's one of my passwords pertains to Gruden. One of my passwords for something on some website on the internet or what I don't know. if
Oh, you
it's-
done gave him your key, bruh.
Well, one of them pertains to Gruden. Like it's got something to do with him.
Hell yeah. Corona
All right.
time.
Let's look at this wild. Oh, so this is the Wild Turkey Long Branch. This is the one. Oak and Texas Mesquite charcoal refined. So so they use charcoal. in the
That one's
process.
not. I don't think. Well, to me,
Texas
it's not going to
Mesquite-
be as smooth as the
Texas
Hudson.
is Mesquite barrel. So Crown Royal, everybody hates it. Crown Royal has what is it called? It's like they age theirs in mesquite barrels too.
Okay.
And it tastes it's not sweet. You know, I try to explain to people what it tastes like. It's like if you take a bite of rib, chew it,
Oh, you told me about this.
swallow
one. Okay.
it, and then take a shot of Crown and like blow it out. It's like that mixture, like you just took a bite of rib, but it's not as sweet and sugary like you're mad. It's not a sweet sugary. It's Crown,
Okay.
but it's Crown aged in some smoky mesquite barrels, and
But I mean, yeah.
it's very smoky, and people hate it because it's
Really?
too smoky.
Okay.
Everybody hates it.
Well, I mean, I
It's
bet
gotta be-
Scotch drinkers like that.
It's maybe so. I like it, But dude, I cannot have more than an ounce and a half. And it's a sipper, and I got to drink that ounce and a half
That's a
over
$2 play.
like through the course of an hour. It's got to be and I'm not. I don't want any more than that. It's heavy. It's dark. It's rich.
That's why I'm not a Scotch man, because it's so peaty, smoky, and heavy, you know. But this one's good. Like, it's not gonna smoke you out. Like,
This is but yeah, honoring their shared Kentucky roots and the friends that form the longest branches of our family trees. Matthew McConaughey and master distiller Eddie Russell present a rare 8-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon. Small batches refined with oak and Texas mesquite charcoals. Unique processes and an extraordinary balance of smooth sipping whiskey, subtle hints of smoky sweetness. I like smokiness. The Crown thing was over
I'll
the
take
top.
a little bit, but not overly, you know.
So it's 43% alcohol by volume. The bottle's beautiful, by the way.
Couldn't tell you the price on it because, as I said, it was a gift.
We'll take probably a quarter ounce. This,
Dude, drink
just to
it. Drink
see.
it. I've got plenty of bourbon at home.
I can get some good sound on this. Oh yeah, that's good sound right there. All
That's
right.
not.
Oh, that smells sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
As I said, you know, wild turkey I'm not a fan of, and it is your kind of like Crown Royal, a sweeter type.
It smells. It
whiskey.
smells sweeter. Yeah, it definitely smells sweeter. You know, look at that.
Drop that third down. Dan Arnold had been doing good
Boy.
too. All of them are shitting the bed today.
Yeah, and Arnold did terrible last week too.
Did he?
He had like one good
His
play.
camp has been great.
But he gave up a turnover.
Oh shit.
He botched something. I forget what it was. I think he fumbled
Sean
or
Payton's a piss ball.
yeah. They are not looking crisp at all. So I can take a sip of this. It smells sweet. This smells more like. I think I do smell some like similar to wild turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely tell it's Kentucky.
Oh,
this
for
does
sure.
not smell like the New York one. This one smells like Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh no, you will tell the difference.
And-
Absolutely.
And what was I going to
There
say?
you go. You're gonna get another 30-some odd yard return. Our special teams is just not doing well.
Let's take a sip of this. Boy, that is oh, there you go. Little burn on the end. It's definitely sweeter.
Yeah.
It's richer. It's not as smooth as the Hudson, but it's still pretty smooth for what it is.
Oh yeah. Well, I guarantee you that
Smoother
Hudson's more
than-
pricey for sure.
And the but I know what I wanted to say. Jim Beam, I don't know a whole lot of people that like regular or straight up Jim
I
Beam
do
white
not.
label.
I
Most
do
people
not.
don't. You ever had Jim Beam black?
Yes.
And
Not
it's
a
way
fan.
better.
Not a fan.
I love it, but it's way better. Like just
Yeah. Yeah.
aged. The double oak is pretty good too. The regular old white label though, you can toss.
You know, I hate to admit it, but you know, it reminds me of high school and stuff, like way below drinking age.
Yeah.
Some bad nights, man. Gotta get
Wow,
my new
what
Ice
can
Cube
I-
here.
What can I compare this to? It's certainly got the wild turkey in it, but it's got the good wild turkey parts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This is not the bad wild. It's something about
It's not your
the
hangover
way
wild turkey.
the way the barrel is charred. I don't know, something about it. Because I like smokiness. I like charred
Could also
barrels.
depend what type of
But-
wood they're using.
But yeah, whatever wild turkey does, I don't know what it is, but the standard wild turkey for me is just it was
Awful.
off-putting.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Restaurant I worked at, and then this old lady would come, and that chick would drink 101 wild turkey, and you'd open that bottle and you'd smell it,
Yep.
and it just
And
smelled
it-
like bad decisions.
Yep. It tastes like it smells too. It's one of those that
I'm like looking at her, asking her, how in the hell can you drink this every day? Well, she'd mix it with Diet Coke, so you weren't tasting shit.
If you want to talk about some of the worst things, that Diet Coke is also awful.
Awful, just terrible.
Coke, if you want to go that route, what is it? Coke Zero, way better than
Yeah.
Diet Coke. Way better. To me, anyways, it tastes way better.
I mean, maybe it's my age. I just don't drink as much soda anymore. But I just hate the diet products in general.
I
And
don't
I've
drink
switched to Dr. Pepper, so I don't mix anything in my liquors just cause.
When I do drink soda, it's in a drink,
Yeah.
except for one thing, root beer.
Okay.
In the last 2 years, I've fallen in love with root beer. I hated it as a kid,
Okay.
but it's the bitter root aspects. When I was a kid, I didn't like that strong bitter root flavor.
I understand.
Now I love it because it reminds me a little bit of cocktails. Because I like some of
Okay.
the cocktails. There's a bartender. It's called Bartender's Root Beer, and it doesn't necessarily taste like root beer, but it's one of my favorite cocktails that I've had recently. And they take Galliano, which is a Italian liqueur, and it tastes like black licorice, but it's sugary black licorice. I hate black
Ooh, I
licorice,
hate
like
licorice.
Jägermeister. I
Yeah,
can't do
can't stand it.
Jaeger, but this is like it's not as strong and it's sugary,
Sugary, okay.
so it makes it a little bit easier. Plus, you're mixing it in the drink,
Right.
and so you mix it with that.
Well, the sassafras
And that's
in root
that's
beer
kind of
is
like
gonna
the
have that
it gives it
licoricey-
that licorice element. So it doesn't taste exactly like a root beer, but it's like it's that root element of
yeah.
it, and it's one of my favorite cocktails that I've had recently.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I,
no,
and I'm going through that bottle of Galliano, and if I'm not mistaken, it is pretty expensive because it's like an aperitif. It's like a Italian aperitif, and it's fancy little bottle, and they don't put a lot in it. It's not 750 milliliters.
Okay, I know what
It's
you're
like
talking about. All right. Yeah. Oof.
But come on,
He had
bro.
to throw
Well,
it-
we're
he had
getting.
to- he had to throw it into the lineman. I guess they were trying to set up a screen. It looked like.
I want some turnovers. Have we
Who is
created
this
any
guy?
turnovers yet at all?
Oh yeah, we did. Remember the deflection interception?
Oh yeah. That was beautiful. Let's do more of that.
Get the hands up. I don't know who this quarterback that the Chargers have in is.
I don't.
I say
They've
third
already
string.
gone
Yeah.
through 3 or 4.
And we're just on Taysom Hill, but I don't. Do we have
I don't
another
think
quarterback?
So. No, we had that last year. We had that guy. He said that he didn't have a roster spot. Man, JT.
Oh, JT Barrett. Yeah, he had been on the practice squad, and I want to say it was about 12, 13 times he got put on and removed from the practice squad. Tommy Lee Lewis.
Good tackle,
does nothing. At least he
36.
caught the damn ball.
Yeah, well, 36 wrapped him. That's a good wrap up, man. I like seeing some good tackling.
Tommy Lee, he's the victim of the no call. I don't know if he'd get over that one there. At least he caught the ball this time. Yeah, I know. I keep bringing it up. I'm sorry. I'm still bitter as hell.
Oh, I will never. It's okay. There's some things like you tell people you never get over. You lose a sibling. We've both been there.
Yeah.
You don't get over it. You don't. Like it hangs around. You might move on.
No, it's
you don't
always
ever
in the back
get
of your
over
head.
it.
Something will always remind you
don't.
of it. Yeah.
You don't get over it. And this is one of those things too. You don't get over that
Right.
play. I mean, as invested as I get into Saints football,
Most definitely.
I as much as I love football. Look, I do high school football play by play. I didn't want to hear anything about football. We'll look in my living room, I'll show you. I still have.
I saw
You
your
seen
helmets on
just
the
the
wall.
helmets?
Yeah, I
You
did.
see what level of the playoffs
You did
we
not
are?
go to the Super Bowl. I seen that. I noticed it.
I never moved from that game. I've never touched them. I left them in that spot. Football was dead to me that
Trust me,
night.
my wife gets concerned because of the intensity of obsession that I get with the football game, and she heard me, cursing, hollering whenever it had happened. And when that dude kicked that field goal, before it made the uprights, I knew it. I saw it. I just walked outside, closed the door, lit my cigarette. My wife comes outside and says, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm not. Just leave me alone for a little bit."
It was a contrast. The Minnesota game, I walked outside and I was screaming.
Oh, all I could do was sit down with my head in my hands at that point on that one.
I went outside. It took me. I went to go walk around, and I screamed and I screamed, and I came back and I apologized to my neighbors. But the Rams game, I was screaming the whole time during the game.
Right.
And when it was over,
a good contest
it
up
was
until then.
It was silence. It was silence for a long time.
I had the same reaction. Yeah, man. I sat there and smoked a cigarette, finished my beer in silence, and just sitting in anger. Oh,
And it was silence for a long time, and then I remember after that, I did call my dad. I remember, I think, oh no, I think Tyler called and checked on me too.
Oh yeah.
I think Tyler called me up to check on me, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I just screamed for 30 minutes on the phone with him.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he said it. I think he was just like, "John, are you okay?" And I think it was just me for like 30 minutes, just like screaming.
Yeah. I had a few texts after the call, or I should say no call, but the field goal happened, and I left my phone in the house because it was best that I didn't say anything to anyone. I strolled around my driveway. Man, yeah, not good.
Come on, Taysom. What I do like is it's hard to bring him and Teddy down. The first, they're not as good as Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger, you have to have 3 people on his back to bring him down. But at least they're starting to. They're slipping. Drew's not that slippery. He's athletic, but he's not slippery.
He's not so young anymore, you know.
But
the only confidence I got, he's 40? Tom Brady's 42. They both have extreme workout regimens, healing regimens. So maybe they could make it, 2-3 more years. But
there you go, Taysom.
Look at Taysom.
Look at that stiff arm. Go.
Boy.
I like it.
And that's why I like Taysom. All right. Oh, shit. I think we're getting in the red zone.
We're going to shit the bed again?
You know it. It's the who that way. Look at it.
Don't get inside.
Block punt, baby.
Don't get inside the 20.
Oh, man.
Don't get inside the 20. Let's just try to score from outside the 20.
Remember how amped that dude was when he blocked that punt? Man, that was so great.
It was like, that's my quarterback. It's my quarterback that blocked that. Yeah, let's just score from outside the 20, please.
Taysom Hill had the longest rush of the day at 17 yards just then. That's terrible.
We're not.
You know who got those type of runs?
Not blocking
Ingram.
Well. Not blocking well. Not doing anything well on offense.
I'd like to know, I hadn't looked, but how many starters we had on the offensive line. Look at that. Man could cut.
Nice stiff arm.
So we on what, the 28?
Let's just score here. Just go deep. Just go. Gun it. Yes. Touchdown. I love it.
Who is number 80?
You know it. That's from outside the 20. We can't do it inside the 20.
No way. We can't.
That's Jimmy.
Oh, man, we're terrible in the red zone.
Jimmy Graham.
Speaking of Jimmy Graham, I didn't want to say it earlier, but that's the last time we were very proficient in the red zone was when we had him.
Since then, shit the bed.
So that's why I'm hoping that Jared Cook, with Drew Brees, and I'm hearing they're meshing extremely well.
Austin Carr. He's still on our team?
Oh, my God. So we cut Cam Meredith, but we still got Austin Carr. I forgot him. Holy crap.
Austin Carr is still on the team.
God, where did he come from? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
Shit.
Austin Carr scored. So my wife can know. Hey, good job by Hill, man. He's seen it. He's seen the breakdown in the defense. He's seen the safety looking the wrong way, out of place.
I do love some Hill, man.
Good throw.
We keep talking about Drew Brees retiring. I have a feeling that he could overtake Teddy for that spot,
right
where to
there.
come. But, why not have both of them? Screw it. He's great in his little multi-positions that he does do.
Drew may not play the whole season.
Well, let's hope he doesn't because we're on a winning streak,
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
Give Drew some rest. I know you were talking about his extreme workout regimen, but Drew used to have some guns, man. His arms have gotten smaller over the last few years.
Yeah.
He's not.
I mean, maybe he's slimming down to, but you've noticed that
It's hard.
his arm power is going down too.
It's
Maybe
hard.
he's just not lifting as much, just trying to get fine tuned to stay healthy enough.
Maybe he's lifting as much as he can lift, and it's just
You know,
eventually you hit that wall, man.
it's not like we have Dever Henderson anymore, and he's got to throw the ball 60 yards to reach him.
Yeah. Oh, Devery.
Yeah, Devery. Devery I've heard him getting into trouble out there in Opelousas, but
That's what happens if you stay in Opelousas.
that's right.
Get out of Opelousas.
He never I've heard his names in circles, but he never got into full trouble. But it's like, come on, dude, stay chill. You're a hero in that freaking town.
Yeah.
Don't get mixed up in the bad stuff.
Patriots,
Damn
Chiefs.
Chiefs. I am so pissed off that Patrick Mahomes won that MVP.
The thing that bothers me the most about Mahomes is he's on the cover of Madden flexing muscles he ain't got.
True.
What's he flexing?
I
Where's
don't
his
know.
bicep in that picture? What did they show? What is
Kermit
he
the Frog
doing?
sounding ass, dude. No, but come on.
Get
man.
him! Are we gonna get a sack?
No, we're not.
Oh my God!
flicked it to the
Screening
running
and
back.
Freaking broke it out.
Oh, and he missed a tackle.
Oh, my
Who
God!
is
That's
39?
terrible. Can we get a holding at least?
A legal man downfield.
Help us out, refs. Come
If that was
on.
the screen. They waited too long to set that up. Yeah, that's going to be on the Chargers. Let's see what he says. Personal foul, face mask on the
All right.
offense.
All right.
Boy, that's a rare penalty. Webster.
Let's see.
Where's the face mask?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Right there. Look, he didn't let go. The running back did not let go of the face mask.
Oh,
You
he
could
pulled
stiff
him?
arm him, but you can't hold.
The dude's last name is Stick. Stick.
Stick.
Number 2.
Never heard of that quarterback.
Mm.
Oh, man. Who was that backup that they had forever? Charlie. Oh, my God. I can't remember his name.
I want to say Charlie Rivers, but I'm thinking of
No.
Phillip Rivers and Charlie Rivers, the singer. Come on, pick that off. Come on, good,
That's okay.
good play, good play.
Hey, at least he knocked it away. That ball was about to fall flat on his face. That'd have been, 80-yard touchdown? 85?
That's what it. At least he kept his feet, man.
Look, he's
We went
tripping right
through-
there.
The last couple of seasons, it's like somebody was sniping our cornerbacks from the thing. They would be in position to make a play, then all of a sudden, boom, it's like somebody sniped them. They
Yep.
hit the ground. The receiver's wide open. Quit falling down. You can't
Hardy.
play defense on your back.
Hardy Sr. He put senior on his jersey this year. Must have had a baby.
Congratulations.
Yeah, bro.
I like Hardee's. I call him Carl's Jr. though. The first one I ever went to was a Carl's Jr. So I did.
Dude, I'm still pissed off they closed the one near us. I went to go get a hot ham and cheese, bro. Got there, sign on the window.
All right. You ever been to Buc-ee's? All my
No, I
coworkers.
haven't.
Oh, they always
I've
talk
heard
about
about
Buc-ee's.
it.
man.
Everybody, I have a bunch of people on my Facebook and everything.
It's
that
like
have
a
gone.
big grocery store or something.
It's like it's a giant ass truck stop. Think a racetrack on an extravagant level.
Okay.
Like really nice, clean, all kind of cool ass shit in it. So like we got around here like the Love's truck stops,
Yeah.
but better.
Yeah. Yeah, I have coworkers like the last few months. Like I've had a coworker that's gone and like come back and bringing stuff from Buc-ee's. Man.
Everybody raves about them.
Yeah.
So I feel like making a trip over to Texas just to check them out.
You know,
I
there's-
know, my old lady want to go drive somewhere, do some shit, Austin, etc. I don't want to go to Austin. It's old fucking hippie town.
yeah,
but-
a lot of diversity in also like not just like everything. Like I'm not just talking about people, but I heard like a lot of cultures. Just Austin is just like
There is, but
big and
it's too much at times from what I'm hearing. Like, it's like trying to live in Portland, etc., but you're in the middle of Texas, which it just doesn't fit there. But I mean, people have said, honestly, I want to go there for the food. I've heard the restaurants are bomb.
I've read that Portland is kind of like the sore finger of like Oregon. Like
Oh,
the
it's-
rest of the
it's-
Oregonians want nothing to do with Portland. They don't think
correct.
anything like them.
Well, it's,
But Portland
okay,
is
think
like
about
what
it
drives
this.
everything.
It would be like Northern California hates San Francisco and Los
Yep,
Angeles, et cetera, because they're polar opposites.
Yep. Oh,
What?
nice slip. Come on. Let's get a return.
Oh, Tommy Lee.
All right. You can still stay on this team for a little while longer.
Oh,
that's
that's Harris.
Who's
Not
Harris?
bad. I thought Tommy Lee was 11.
Who's Harris?
I don't know. Harris. Yeah, I for sure thought Tommy Lee was 11.
Is he still on the team?
No. Well, no, he's not. That's true. The graphic earlier said that he left, and I want to say he went to the Ravens. I could be wrong on that. Shit. Well, I stand corrected. Clearly, I haven't been paying attention.
I used to be. I would. Man, I knew everything
Okay, it's
about
it's
the
a
Saints
damn
before I
shame
had
that
kids.
our...
Look at Taysom. Look at Taysom go. Stiff arm him.
Oh, he just
yeah!
stiffed on the linebacker, bro.
Look
at
at
that.
Back in.
Oh, shit, we're in the red
inside
zone.
the 20. We're gonna shit the bed.
So, okay. Our average starting position is the 37-yard line, and we have 10 points.
We were all excited as soon as we seen him cross the 20. We're like, fuck.
He should have went down to the 21.
Not the red zone. Taysom, go down. Slide it to 21.
Man. But Killer's got some moves, ball.
Look at that. He cut back in. When does a quarterback cut back in?
That dude is a
And not
friggin'
take the
animal.
sideline.
And we got
Oh,
another
hold
offensive
up.
lineman down.
Gosh, that's the only thing that's bad about those extended freaking plays is somebody's going to get rolled on. Those linemen are going to get hurt.
Right. I mean, props to Hill for getting loose out of that pocket, out of that pressure, but damn it.
One of my favorite
It's
local sports personalities always says, I don't understand how an offensive lineman gets hurt. He's like,
Dude.
but all they have is fat. He's like, how can you pull? You can pull a muscle, you can't pull fat.
Well,
But you can
There-
get rolled on for sure.
yeah, I was going to say, there's plenty of videos out there watching those big men get their legs rolled on, their knees blown out. There's a reason why every single one of them have those giant braces.
Man, what a block.
So
I don't see anything in his legs.
that was Ola, right?
I think so. He
Yeah,
just
that's
hammered
him.
that dude.
Maybe he hurt his shoulder. And he smoked that dude.
Yeah. He got a good forearm.
He probably
in
got
there,
a
too.
stinger, I bet. You know, the way he hit his helmet on his shoulder, that's got to be a stinger. He's walking off the field.
I like that blocking downfield. I like that aggressiveness.
A big man makes it ahead of the running back or quarterback in this situation. That's pretty good.
Drew's eating peanuts or sunflower seeds or something.
Oh, dude, he's a sunflower eating machine.
Come on. Don't worry about him.
Nice
Get it-
bootleg.
get it. Look at this. Look at this.
Nice
All
bootleg.
right. He was still looking to pass. So there was something called there. It didn't develop.
It's probably a run option.
That's the last of the third quarter. Take it to the other
He went out
side.
of bounds, though. Why is the clock still rolling? He was on a forward progression when he went out.
Yeah. That just
I don't want to, like, that's one of the few rules in the NFL I don't understand is time stoppage.
I think sometimes the clock operators slip up and they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I see it in high school all the time.
You know, you're going backwards, it's not going to stop. You're going forward, it's supposed to stop. But, yeah, you're right. They probably aren't paying attention. I mean, how many times do they just keep the play clock rolling or forget to start it?
I see it in high school all the time. I'm in the booth while it's happening. And they're like, hey, start the play clock. And the down and distance. Because it's all a bunch of volunteers that go hold those things on the
Oh, well,
sidelines,
yeah,
man. And they all, they're always a play behind and a down behind. And
Shit, that would be fun to do, man. Living in New Orleans, try to apply to be the scoreboard runner, you know?
it's all volunteer work. Like,
Oh, really?
it's
Is it?
yeah, most of, well, I don't know for the Saints, but I mean like on the high school level,
What was the guy's
scoreboard's
name?
all
Romero?
volunteer stuff.
The announcer in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
yeah. I
And
think
his
it's
son's
Romero.
doing it now?
Yeah.
I wanna
And
get
he
that
sounds
job, man.
just like
Yeah,
him.
he does. I want to get that job, man.
Well, dude, I did a little PA for the Youngsville Sports Complex. Every year they have the pony League Mustang World Series.
Okay.
And so Mustang's like the age group, but it's like the pony whatever World Series.
All right. Yeah, I remember like
Something-
Mustang Pony League and all
something
that stuff when
on-
I was
yeah.
playing Little League and shit.
Yeah, and it's great, man. I do typical PA. I don't, we don't do play-by-play or anything. We just announce the starting lineups.
Uh-huh.
At first base, number 22,
Yeah.
Tony Miller, and those little kids like running out. Yeah.
Hey, man, it makes him feel good.
It's fun. It's easy money, and you get to watch. Most of the time, it's good baseball. I look actually on top of my amp there. I have 2 lineup cards. That's
Okay.
from last year
Yeah.
of some kids on the Mexico team that it was Mexico, and I forget the other one.
Oh, shit. So we get international
but-
over here for that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
tight.
international
Hell yeah.
World Series. So, but the Mexico team, there were some kids that were very talented on that.
Okay.
I kept them both, but it's the Mexico lineup that I'm keeping because I wouldn't be surprised if some of
them
those
kids are
kids
playing.
have a future.
All right.
At least one of them. So
Well,
I'm
that's
keeping
pretty
that damn
legit.
lineup
Yeah.
card. Man, they had some talented kids on that team.
I gotta say, they got more dedication than American kids. I will say that shit.
They dedicate, yeah. Well, I mean, their country's limited.
You're
You
right.
know, they can't
For
do.
sure.
They don't have all the freedoms and they don't have all the industry and all the different sports. Nice, nice
Damn.
play call.
I'll take it. We're down to what the
Washington runs up the middle.
Easton. All right, so we do have at least one starter on the line.
That's Zach Line. Nice block.
Nice
He
block.
took out 2.
He got them pads below.
Put one linebacker into another one and then he bounced off the first one and took the second one down.
Go to go. We had the best in the league last year, though. Hey, that's not so bad. Now, I want to see Jared Cook, man.
Oh, my God. Bruh. That's the third. I told you we got to score from outside the 20. We cannot score from inside the 20.
Was that Washington?
Whoever it is got lit the fuck up.
He slipped. Nope.
Oh.
Number 22. It's Mark Ingram's replacement. Bruh. 32, I'm sorry.
Oh, Zigbo or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
my
down.
God.
Oh,
He put the
man.
helmet on the ball. Look at that tackle
It's a
by
good
the
hit.
linebacker.
Your
Bruh.
cut was
3 turnovers inside the red zone.
Ooh-wee. You want to talk about ugly ball?
You got to score from outside the 20 on this damn team.
Well, guess we're not going to be able to see Jared Cook in the red zone in this game.
He's going to have to catch some 20-something yard touchdown passes. That's the only way. Fuck.
That defense got to be tired. They have spent a majority of the game on the field.
Oh, man, he got lit.
Yeah, he did. That's the excuse, though. You got to hold on to that fucking ball.
3 turnovers inside the red zone.
Joey Bossa. That's another one they don't have playing today.
How many quarterbacks? He's
No,
a
no, no.
quarterback?
That's a defensive
Okay.
end. He's out of Ohio State. He was a highly touted draft pick.
Bro, don't write him out of bounds like that. Yeah, they're going to throw a flag.
You know it. Late hit?
You know, like he didn't have to he rode him.
Yeah, but if he was already making contact, they shouldn't be calling that a foul.
They shouldn't, but
Kafusi?
I'm trying to hold back my language here.
Holding on the defense. Okay. Well, yeah, I apologize. I curse like a sailor. I'm
Well,
trying to
the
hold it
language
back.
that's fine, but I was gonna say something that was really over the
Oh,
line,
okay.
probably. No, cursing's fine. This is not a family podcast. I was doing for a while. I had my own online radio station, and I would do morning shows every morning.
All right.
And I had some friends around the country. I had a few people. I was starting to build a little bit. My online radio station, it wasn't going to ever be big because I was playing my friends' music. It was like my music and my friends' music that we recorded together, right? So I had the license to use it. I couldn't use real songs.
Of course.
But I would do like a morning show, talk show, and I would get into politics, and I would cuss, and I would scream. And like my nanny, at the time, she had 2 kids, junior high schoolish or whatever, and she wanted to listen to my morning show one day, so she got the feed on her phone. She plugged it in, and I was going off about Barack Obama, and she's like, "I had to turn it off. The language was just too bad. You cussed too much."
Oh yeah. Oh, they got no.
It was
oh my God!
It was the Barack. It had to do. I remember the day.
The
It had to do with
Deporter-in-Chief?
the North Korean conflict when, and
They
with Kim Jong Un
man.
and how Barack Obama handled the situation, and North Korea just kept doing all these tests and
right. They were all trying to make peace then, but now when Trump does make peace with them, now it's I can't believe he's going to do that.
I can't believe he's going to go have a meeting with him and talk to him.
Wouldn't you want to be
Well,
friends, like just to chill the cat out? And he's a bit crazy, man.
He said that during the election, during the 2016 presidential election.
Hit that quarterback.
They were talking about Russia and Putin, and he said, "Well, wouldn't you want to be friends with Russia and not have a conflict?" And they were like, "Well, look at that. That's why he's Putin's puppet."
Oh my God, no! If you're worried about a conflict, you need to be friends with them so
Yeah.
they don't try to attack you. Holy
Exactly.
crap, man! Like, keep your enemies closer.
Exactly. But it's whatever. Any way they can find a way to criticize him.
I mean,
And look,
honestly, in American politics, if your favorite color is not in, then you're going to hate whatever's happening,
Yep.
and that's bullshit. And we
Yep.
need to get away from the two-party politics, or else nothing's going to change. But it's that's just the brainwashed American public into believing all that. So.
It's a team game. It's
Oh
what
yeah, for sure.
Come
It doesn't
on.
matter.
You're gonna
what-
backtrack.
what
You better
happens.
turn it up.
Oh,
Who's this Harris?
that's
Oh
all-
no,
blocking
That's
the back
why-
a bit.
I don't believe the same personality that says you can't pull fat is the same sports personality, and I really believe him, at least in this aspect. There's 90% of the time there's no reason to ever have a punt return. Just let them down the ball.
Yeah.
You can't, if you don't have a punt returner back there, it's impossible to lose possession. You will never lose possession of the football.
It'll just
You
be
will
further
always
back.
get it. Sometimes you just want the damn ball. The hell we're on the field, the fuck the field position. Sometimes it's a crucial part of the game. You want possession.
If he did a free catch right there, we'd probably be the 40, 45-yard line. Now we're going to be like at the 30.
And just
No, I agree with that. Like,
there are some times where it works out better to catch, but most of the time you're gonna get holding. You're gonna have botched the catch.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck it. Just let them down the ball. If you don't put a punt returner back there, it's practically impossible to
it
turn the
is,
ball
but
over.
if you don't have anybody back there, then they could pooch that thing and it'll roll all day.
Well, let them land. Fuck it. We'll start from the one. Like I said, it depends on the game situation. But sometimes I'd rather start on the one and just say, fuck it.
Than
I'll start
fumbling
on the
the ball,
one
yeah.
than
I
fumbling
see
the ball
that.
and turning
Sure.
it over. I want possession.
I agree with that.
Because you start on the one, they're going to start blitzing like crazy. You might be able to get a little tight end screen or something behind, and you break a 50-yard play on their ass because they're trying to get a safety or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's-
Okay. I'm
always about playing the next level. I want the football,
No,
and I'm going to think
I
of a
hear
way.
you on that. Yeah, the punts are always a toss-up.
I don't like them. I don't like punt returners.
I really wish we could go back to the old kickoffs, though. I hate seeing the
Oh,
damn
yeah.
touchback all
Oh,
the time.
yeah.
I understand what their fear of people getting hurt, but it's football.
I like kickoffs. I don't like punt returners, but I like kicks
Well,
off.
kickoffs,
kick
you have a
returns.
better chance of running back without the fumble and everything. And plus, if you do, you got all your teammates blocking. You can get the ball back.
You know what I like about it? It's like that one play. If you were ever to summarize, like, get the closest sports play to be like old school, medieval, like age war,
It'd be the
like
kickoff,
battlegrounds,
yeah.
like one country versus another one, and they just
Yeah.
run at each other and start pairing up and fighting and stuff. That's the thing that depicts old school ass war more than anything. That's
Right.
why I think kickoffs are great.
But I
love
mean,
'em.
like, okay, they're trying to say that's the play that you could get hurt on the most. It's because they have a
they're
running
running
head
wide
start.
open. Yeah,
But Not all the players, because a lot of them, like, think about how wide that field is and how many of those players actually have to cut to the left and or right.
Yeah.
You're also running into blockers, etc. You don't see that many injuries on kickoffs.
Fuck.
Oh,
Block
shit.
man.
He should have threw that away. He was out of the pocket.
He was out of the pocket, and most of the time you can step up into the pocket. In that particular play, I don't think there was much room to step up. He had to step to the side, and he escaped it for a little while, but that guy was spying him right there. 36 was right there spying his ass.
Well, they're going to be on him because he had some runs.
Yep.
But that's fine. You're taking one more out of coverage. You need a slant.
Blitz y'all safeties again, plugs.
Everybody's up. Safeties are with the linebackers.
Nice. All right.
I don't know who 15 is.
He lost 2 yards.
Yep.
You should have just stayed there.
Bruh.
That's another thing. I don't. Sometimes I hate fighting for extra. If you're a running back, you got the first, or you a wide receiver, you got the first down. You got 2 or 3 people by you. Go down.
How many times
Quit
have you
fighting
seen
for
a
extra
fumble
yards.
trying to
Yeah,
get
because
2
they're gonna
yards?
strip it.
That happened to the
You got
Saints
the first
a couple
down?
of times last year.
Go down. Don't fight for extra yards. If it's just one person,
He got
okay.
that. He got
But
that.
if you outnumbered, go down. You got
Yeah.
the first down. Live to fight another
There's
day, man.
no
Keep it
reason
going.
to stay up. Like you got 2 or 3 people on you. Just drop your legs, bro.
Yep. Give yourself up. 100%. But it's hard. I mean, you got to teach young kids that. I don't think people. When we were growing up, these were men to
Oof.
us when we watched them play football.
Yeah.
Now at our age level, and I got my 2 boys, raising them, and watching some of my family's little league sports, and I coach a little league baseball and doing the PA and stuff. These are still kids.
Yeah, you're
Most
right.
of these athletes on this NFL
they're
field,
like-
they're still kids. They still have a child mentality.
25-ish?
Yeah, like they're just starting to mature now, but a lot of them are still kids, man. And you still have to teach at this level. And not just teach
There you
not
go.
just
There you
teach
go.
skill and how to shift your hips and this or that. You have to teach who's 14.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to look and see. We had a 14 and a 15. Each should catch pass over the last 3 plays. And I don't recognize either of them.
When I was a kid, man, before I had kids, before I had kids, I could tell you everybody on the Saints roster. You don't have time for that anymore.
Honestly, I mean, I don't learn the full roster until after training camp. I mean, I'll hear about
Look
them.
at this. Oh, I like it.
That
was great.
Who's
That was
81?
okay.
Like, I don't know.
That was
81.
good fighting for extra yards. Derby. That was a good fighting for extra yards because he only had one guy in front of him.
Yeah, and
he
he's a
slipped
big
that,
boy.
and then 2 guys came, and he went down when they got close. But, I mean, that's one-on-one, yeah, fight for extra yards.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even have the first down yet. But if you have the first down and you're running into a group of 3 people,
Go the fuck
cool.
down.
Yep, exactly. Look
There's
at this. Come on.
Washington.
Oh.
Unless he's offsides. He could have defense could have been offsides on that
Maybe.
because that end was around quick. I mean, I'm hoping.
Tackle probably blew it.
Aha! I was right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like it. Don't listen to me. Offside. That's why the tackle blew it, because he cheated.
Costigan.
He cheated. Keep cheating. You cheater.
Hey man, Eddie Guerrero used to lie cheating still, bro. Oh, speaking of Eddie Guerrero, I did see the coolest fucking shirt of his, and it was in the shape of the Tabasco thing. I'm gonna have to pull it up to show you. It was one of the coolest damn shirts I've ever seen, and I really would like. I'm gonna have to get me one.
Sideline
little-
route.
nice,
Oh,
nice.
now go out.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Get the first down and go out of bounds. Oh, man. Is it Latino? He.
It was something to that effect. Yes.
Boy, and they could do that. But imagine even the political atmosphere, though, back then when they were doing that. Because even though, yeah, Latinos are more of a minority group, right? So underprivileged, whatever if you want to go by those theories of the privilege theories and whatever, they're a minority group. So, yes, technically they would still get away with it, but still, I mean, they used to do some racy things back in WCW, WWE
Oh,
back in the
man,
day
dude.
that they couldn't get away with now.
Like, I'm going back through and I'm now in 2005, and it's still some of the things before they went to the PG era, which I believe is in around 2008. Some of them things I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, whoa, that's a bit racist there, T-Boy. Like, it's kind of cringeworthy, but, whatever. Keep on watching. JBL, holy shit, that dude was racist. Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that was a good run. That was a good run. Who is this cat?
Well, somebody going to ask me a question. How many
Big
pounds
Bull.
of red beans to feed 400 people?
Fuck. How many calculators do you have?
Oh, crap.
How many pounds?
I don't
of
go
red
by
beans?
pounds. I do by, like, cups and quarts. Holy shit.
400 people, right?
Calculate.
Are they eating anything else but red beans?
Well, I'm sure, it. Okay, so it's a festival in San Diego. So, I don't know.
Okay, so the largest serving would be a pound. You wouldn't feed them more than a pound of red
no
beans.
No way. If you're going to. Well,
How much are they
okay,
charging?
so
Is it a big plate?
If
a
I
big
was
bowl?
if I was doing it, you would get 6-ounce portions. And put that over rice, maybe a little cornbread with it, and that's plenty enough. If you're at a festival, you don't want to eat till you're full. You want to snack.
You want a snack, yeah.
So 6-ounce portion.
A half a pound?
Oh, they gave him a touchdown. Hot damn.
Flag on the plate. Half a pound?
60
So-
no, less than a half a pound.
Yeah.
8 ounces at the most. Half a pound at the most.
Yeah.
You don't want to
being
get weighed
generous.
down in a
I
festival.
mean, you throw in some pork in there?
Offsides defense. Penalty decline. Well, she fucking better. I don't know. She's not cooking it. That ain't me.
If you throw some pork in there, that adds a little bit to the weight, but you also don't need as.
Dude.
For 4,000?
400.
400.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably buy a 25-pound bag of red beans and soak all of that. Well, not all of it, but shit. So.
And then 200, and then you might be overdoing it. I say 175. That's John's math for you. There we go. I figured it out.
So we got a touchdown while we were in the red zone, and now we're going for 2 because nobody wants to tie in preseason.
Yeah. Let's win the game.
Timeout, Chargers.
6:46 left in the game. Let's win it, Sean. Let's go. 16-17.
Look, my sister couldn't watch either. She has DirecTV. Fucking bastards, man.
Yeah.
Looks like her sister-in-law made a makeshift antenna with a paper clip.
There you go.
You do what you got to do, man.
Pull out the hangers.
Look at the difference in yards. Taysom Hill destroyed
This
Teddy
stream is
Bridgewater.
great. You're going to have to show me what you did to get this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is a damn good
No,
stream.
I'll always get an HD stream, man. It's
quality,
like,
yeah. This is
okay,
quality.
you seriously, like, watching the NFL, you're going to be about 90 seconds behind regular
Well, I'm
broadcast.
fine with 90 seconds as long as I can watch it.
Me being, I love to watch, Taysom Hill just got blown up. Me being that I like to watch the Premier League and everything, that's usually probably about a good 3 minutes behind. But, it's location. But that's the thing about watching these streams is, he almost fumbled the ball. When your buddies are texting you, like, oh shit, touchdown, and play hadn't even started yet, kind of gets annoying. So as long as you give people a heads up that you're watching on a stream, it ain't so bad. Oh man, I'm still trying to figure this out.
So, what kind of festival is this?
All she said is she's cooking for her buddy's cooking for a festival in San Diego.
In San Diego.
Yeah. Now, some cats I worked with recently, when they had gone to San Diego, he actually had won the Great American Seafood Cook-Off, and he was like the king of seafood in America. And they had went to San Diego for an event to show off, and they actually had a crawfish boil out in San Diego, which he told me actually wasn't half bad, for not being in Louisiana.
Right.
If you're not in Louisiana, you can't boil crawfish.
No.
You suck.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. 100%.
That's like trying to make gumbo and you're not
Shit.
from here. Stop.
I would say north of I-10, but Villeplatte's north of I-10. We still got that
it's
going.
kinda,
But
you know,
but that's Villeplatte's. It's like its
good
own little
general
area.
Right.
It's like its own. It's like there's one area north of I-10 that kind of migrated where they can still
But the
do
rest
it.
of them cats?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'd even go as far as to say like Charles and them suck too, because
Yeah,
that's kind of like East Texas.
Okay, San Diego, best burrito I've ever had. It's number
Yeah.
one on the menu at Fernie's. Fernie's is like it's like a little drive-through place, a little small place. You can walk in, place your order. Kind of like they have the ingredients out there in front of you. You can pick it. But number one is just a carne asada burrito. Get that with extra sour cream, extra guac. Best freaking burrito ever.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
That sounds great.
I mean, simple. It's simple, but it's San Diego, so
I'm a
they know
sucker
what
for
the
a
hell
good
they're
burrito,
doing.
man. Hell yeah. Dude, you need to check out the new place downtown, Tula Tacos and Amigos. It's a friend of mine that opened.
I still haven't been to Pops yet. I
Yeah,
haven't
you're
gone
right.
not
That's true.
once.
Yeah.
Not once.
Y'all make
It's
y'all way
so
downtown.
well. It's inconvenient. Making
No,
my
no.
way
It-
downtown.
No, it's pretty far from where you're at. I get that.
Yeah, it's
But man, look, if you're ever
and waiter
in,
doesn't deliver. Well, waiter ain't delivering a whole lot of places anymore
yeah,
now.
waiter screwed everybody in themselves. So to hell with them. But if you and the wife, you ever want a date night, man, y'all check out one of them places down there. It's pretty nice, pretty low key. Now I will say the bartenders are terrible, but the food's amazing. That's why you're gonna go over there.
We went to get brunch at Social
Okay.
this morning.
Well, yeah, I've heard good things about Social. I myself have never been there.
They're pretty good. Pretty good. I like some of the stuff I wish they could branch out a little bit more, but I'm just greedy.
They one
But
of the chefs
I like-
from there
I like what they
actually
do.
started working at Central Pizza downtown. My buddy who owns Pops owns part of Central, part of Tula, all of that mess. Like, dude's got his hand in everything. It's pretty legit.
I like what they do. Well, we just got mimosa cocktails. They do like 3 or 4 different mimosas at Social, and it's brunch, so we did the mimosa thing. But I was disappointed because I looked at the menu because I found a new cocktail that I really like, and it's called the Star Cocktail. It's pretty classic. It's Applejack, sweet vermouth, and you shake it with ice, but you strain it no ice, so it's just chilled, right?
Yeah.
And like a
little bit of
little
water.
twist of lime, and it's delicious.
All right.
As long as the sweet vermouth is good, it depends. Sometimes it depends on the sweet vermouth.
So I've been kind of curious about the different
Or you can use apple brandy too. I prefer Applejack.
Right. So, Crown's got their own flavors here and there, and they're a bit sweet for me. But okay. So, watching the show Letterkenny, these cats started drinking this maple whiskey. I really want to try that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Solange, something. I don't know. I can't pronounce it.
Is it
from
maple
Quebec.
whiskey or is it like a whiskey with the maple this maples like?
I want to say it's almost borderline of a liqueur.
Okay.
Kind of almost like a cordial.
So it's like maple like
Well, let me.
spirit. It's a maple spirit.
It's a maple spirit.
okay.
Let me pull it up for you.
Because I got Knob Creek and I got Jim Beam maple, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
And those it tastes like syrup, like something you would pour on your pancakes.
I haven't tried it yet. That's why I'm interested in checking it out. Let's see.
And I have these too, and on rare occasions I'll break one out and I'll take it and I'll sip a little bit. It's one of those. It's sweet. It tastes like syrup that you would pour on your pancakes.
Oh, fuck that. That's too sweet.
With a little bit of whiskey, But it would probably be great for making sauces with,
Right.
If you were doing some kind of fancy breakfast or whatever. But to actually drink as a bourbon, yeah, it's not. Unless
No,
you're
sir.
like crazy, it's not really for that.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I want to try it out, see what it is, because I like to try everything one time, just see if I'm gonna like it or not.
But like a maple cordial, that's interesting. Yeah, I could
My
give you
phone
the
sucks
Knob
right
Creek
now.
maple and the Jim Beam maple, and I could.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't like it.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you.
No,
It's
overly sweet. I'm
Oh,
not a
yeah.
fan of. Yeah, no, I'm just curious. You know, you see shit on TV and you get curious.
Have you had the Crown Peach?
I have not. I'm not a big peach guy.
Okay.
Now, okay, I'll tell you like this: the only peach I like is them fuckers in syrup, the canned peach.
Oh yeah.
I
okay.
do not like. Okay, I'll cook
Millions
with
of
peaches.
peaches.
Like the smell of them, but raw peaches, I just don't care for.
The Crown Apple, I found I didn't like the whatever the sugar that they use in the Crown. I found it was
I hated the Crown
I
Apple.
hated it.
I thought it was so sweet.
yeah
like Jolly Rancher sweet.
Something with the sugars didn't do, but the Crown Peach I love. Now it's sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but I know a lot of people like they'll put it in sweet tea, so you kind of have like a peach sweet tea, peach tea with a little Crown in it.
My phone is not cooperating with me right now.
Oh, what a great pass from Taysom.
Hell yeah.
Who's 84? Well, I like how we just keep asking who's these players. Humphrey.
No, like
Is that
we
Humphrey?
are just in so deep of the lineup that I have no idea.
I mean, you got 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
As I said, I don't try to learn the lineup until the 53-man roster's up.
It was a little risky pass from Taysom. I mean, he had the guy in front, but he
Oh no,
he
that
had
was
him beat.
perfect placement.
It was a confident pass.
Right,
Confident pass.
right over the linebacker's head.
Oh.
There you go.
Keep them legs churning.
Good to see you didn't fumble that one there, Super Chief.
We gonna win the game. We gonna win the game.
Just get in distance for big nuts.
As long as we score from outside the 20, we gonna win the game.
Hey man,
Just kick a field goal and end it. C.J. Mosley, wow. Earl Thomas is still playing. He's playing with Baltimore. Oh my
shit, I
God,
thought he was gonna go to Dallas. I'm surprised.
bruh. Like they need any more help on defense in
Dude,
Baltimore.
Baltimore's gonna be great.
Oh, well, the quarterback
mean,
is terrible.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna correct myself on. Yeah.
They have is another
Hey,
running
got
back.
that first down.
They might as well just run the Wildcat. All they have is another running back playing quarterback.
So Lamar Jackson is an okay enough quarterback, but it's a gimmick thing. I cannot stand a quarterback who scrambles first.
Yep,
That's not your
and that's what
position.
he is. He scrambles first.
He's always looking to run first. I appreciate
The
athletic
ability, like Taysom,
quarterback,
like
and
Taysom.
the ability
is
to
amazing.
escape. Cam Newton, he's a big dude. I can't stand. He's a Panther dude, but he is a throw first, can scramble quarterback.
His accuracy is terrible. Though.
You saw that Taysom was gearing up for a bomb.
Safety probably came over and shut it down.
You could see when he sits back. Look, there's that 15 again. I don't know who that cat is.
Oh, yeah, blasted in the face.
Well, could have been an interception if Full Boy wasn't trying to tackle.
Just score from here, man. See, they know. That's why
Don't
they're
go
throwing
3
from
more
bombs
yards.
outside
Don't go
here.
more than 3 yards.
That's why he's trying to throw that bomb.
Taysom Hill's going to run the ball.
Wow, he still got a first out of
now
that.
we're on the 19. Shit.
Well, maybe we kick a field goal.
2:22
Just
left
don't
in the
turn the
game,
ball
man.
over and kick a field
Look,
goal.
look. Time stop now.
Because we need this W, right?
God.
We need the W.
I don't know if I want it, man. Shit. At least if they lose, they get yelled at. Look at the empty stands, bro. I understand it's preseason,
Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up.
but you best believe the Superdome would still be packed, even though the Saints are losing.
Sunday, 3 in the afternoon. Well, it's like 3:54 in L.A. time.
Yeah, so where's everybody at? They done ate their lunch and whatnot?
Yeah, this game started at 1:00 for them, man.
Yep.
They
And the,
can
and the
leave
stands
church.
were not full.
They can leave church because they go to church in Los Angeles.
Right.
They can leave church.
Sure they do.
It's the city of angels, right? They got to go to church.
Bro, man, yeah. For sure. Shit, I'm surprised they haven't knocked them all down by then. Over there. God damn, Bud Light just gets worse and worse.
Wait till they come out with the pumpkin spice Bud Light.
It's gonna happen. They got lemon tea. They got orange. Like every time I go to the store, saying my beer is the best. I like to drink Stella Artois. That's it's a good beer. It's popular right now, but fuck, Bud Light sucks. It's water, man.
You know, you ever had the blackjacks that they sell in the stores?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's like a pre-mixed Jack and Coke.
Oh,
But they
I
don't
mean,
mix it
a
like
very
me and
long
you
time
mix
ago.
Jack and Coke.
I remember buying that when we were teens.
They don't mix it like me and you mix Jack and
Well,
Coke.
no.
But like, I like to mix my Jack and Coke with a blackjack. I just put Jack and then I had the blackjack in it.
Idea. Hell yeah.
I had one from the store the other day, and I cracked it open, and man, I took a few sips, and I was like, "Fuck."
Okay.
Let me fix a glass of Jack, and I'll add this to
So
it.
you know a Long Island, right?
Yeah.
And how the soda is only for color and it's little hit.
Right. It's just it's to make it look like a tea.
That's about what I would put in my drink,
Yeah.
personally made. Just for the color. Oh, wait, my bourbon's already that color. So,
Man, we don't do Long Islands all the time, but when we do, we get lit.
dude,
Me and the wife. We got the, and it's the pretty much the standard recipe. I don't think it strays away too far. But the guy, he actually had a brain aneurysm and died. But we have his recipes. He was a longtime bartender at La Fonda.
okay.
And it's still La Fonda. Whatever La Fonda served up as their Long Island
One
iced tea.
thing
That's
I heard
what we
about
have.
La Fonda was their strong ass drinks.
Yep. Oh, and we would. It was a Christmas night. She put on "Meet Me in St. Louis," which is I don't know. I'm not cultured enough to know enough about
the song. I know what you're
Meet
talking
Me in
about.
St.
Yeah,
Louis.
yeah.
She put that shit on, and we had the fireplace going. Man, the cat was like stretched out, and we drank some Long Islands. And then next thing you know, we both woke up and we're like, "What time is?"
Hell yeah, man.
What the fuck happened?
That's what's up. Good night. Yeah, we got we got a Long Island over at Pop's, and we use a swamp pop in it, which is also Collins stuff.
I didn't know y'all did cocktails.
Yeah,
too
we got
at
a
Pops.
little bar.
Okay.
I think the best thing we probably got in there is like Bourbon. But I'm telling you, it's a restaurant, not a bar. But we do have a bar, nice ass little tiny bar. Of course, if there's a Saints game on, we're gonna be showing it, but that'd be only on a Thursday night because we're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. Anyhow, look, I drank one of the Long Islands from there and started having a hangover before I was done because that shit was so sweet. It's cool, man. They got like daiquiris and shit and seasonal drinks and shit. Like, dude, one of my favorite things that we've made over there, it was more not like I've made it, but not my idea. Called the Pearly Legal. It was bourbon, burnt pear, or not burnt, charred pear, cinnamon.
That sounds amazing already.
I think there might have been one other ingredient, but like we'd make a simple syrup with the charred pears and cinnamon, mix it with the bourbon, and put a cinnamon stick as garnish. Look.
Wait, where's this at?
It was at Pops. I don't think we're going to do it this year, but I
Okay.
can get you the recipe.
Fuck, that sounds. I think I had something like that at like
Dude, it
Charlie
was
G's or
so
something, maybe.
Freaking good.
That-
in all honesty, I would use the cinnamon stick as a straw, so it'd give it that little extra cinnamon.
wow.
Dude, so good. I'm gonna have to get you that recipe soon. When I'm at work tomorrow, I might try to shoot you that.
I need to make me some more syrups. I'm all out of simple syrups. Is such an easy thing to make.
It really is.
If you got the gear.
Don't waste your
set your-
time. Don't waste your cash in the store.
Yeah.
Make that shit yourself.
You make some cool fusions too.
Oh
man.
yeah, for sure. It's cheap. Much cheaper than buying a whole bottle of that shit.
I made some back there. You probably can't see it. The case of water is in front, but I made some habanero, apricot, pepper jelly.
Hell yeah.
I bought a bell pepper plant, and like halfway through the season, like my bell peppers weren't getting big, and they were all orange, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Oh shit.
That's not a bell pepper."
Cross pollinator, or you just
I think
planted the wrong,
they
gave
but
you
I
the
had
wrong
two.
seeds.
I had two stems. I think they mixed the seeds in the pot.
Hey,
Hey, we on top. We win it 19-7. A
we
minute
scored in
5
the red
left.
zone. We got a field goal.
We're gonna botch it some kind of
Oh
way.
fuck yeah! You're gonna run it
So
back.
yeah, I had bell peppers and habaneros in the same pot that I bought from like
Okay.
Rouse's or something. I think it was. It's like fuck. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these habaneros. And I got some dried apricots, made a pepper jelly with the shit. People have fucking raved and
Nice.
raved and raved. And now I followed a recipe I found online. It also incorporates, red bell pepper. But I figured I was gonna make a bunch, so I was gonna give it away as Christmas gifts. And not everybody can handle all the heat, so I cut back on the amount of habaneros that the recipe said.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, I just don't remember how much habaneros to do it again this year.
Yeah.
But I remember I cut back on the amount of habaneros, and people have raved and raved
Nice.
about it.
I need
And
to
that's
go to,
my first pepper jelly I ever made.
that's pretty legit. Hell yeah, I love pepper jelly, man. I need to go back to Lowe's. They, you ever heard of a Spicy Bell? So I went to Lowe's and looking for stuff for a garden, and they had these little thing called a Spicy Bell. It's a bell pepper that grows about the size of a habanero, about yay big. But the heat on that some bitch.
Really?
Oh, bro, look, I would put one in my rice and gravy, and I like spicy food. That was tough to eat. So making pepper jellies with that would be great. Do you know who Troy Primo is?
I know Primos. I don't think I know a Troy.
Troy Primo is the man who invented that hot ass pepper for UL Lafayette. It was specifically invented for UL to have one of the hottest peppers around. Oh, they smoked him.
God, he just got rid of the ball.
Look for his stuff in the stores. Like Popeye's doing that Primo chicken. That's his
Oh,
seasoning.
really?
Yeah, that's his seasoning. He's from around here. I've met him a couple times. Super nice dude. Primo's pepper jelly. He's got a fig and habanero and a strawberry and cayenne. Bruh. Not only is it hot, it is phenomenal. But he's got
Who's this cat
got a
holding his
couple hot
ankle?
sauces. One's called Premonition. Look, I'm telling you, check that cat shit out. It's good.
I know some Primos and some Cusios from the Crowley area.
Mm-hmm.
Italian descendants. And the one thing I learned from that family is how to cook the heartburn out of your
Yeah?
tomato sauce.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just cook it longer.
You cook
That's
it
how
longer?
you cook. Yeah,
And sugar.
a little bit of sugar
Yep.
kills the acidity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Learn that later in life. Hell yeah. 57 seconds left. Come on, man.
Come on, D. We need that W. Week 2 of the preseason. Single
got?
back,
Two
two
linebackers.
wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Quarterback back to pass. Scans the field, throws over his left, and complete along the sidelines,
my
untouched and out of
God.
bounds.
Hardy, bad coverage. You let that man get behind you. We're going to blow it. We're going to blow it.
See, I got to practice my high school play-by-play.
Yeah, get it, bruh.
I don't know these people's names because it's the fourth quarter of a
Oh, he thought he had
Preseason
safety help.
2
That's
game.
his problem. He
Yeah.
stayed up. Linebackers just not fast enough to get back there.
It's how I learned, man. I just
Hey,
put
the
my
Astros won.
TV on mute, and I would just
Yeah.
single back to the left, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver in tight to the left, looking to his left.
Get to the
Back to
quarterback.
pass, rolls out of the pocket, throws incomplete from the pressure. Like it,
I'll take it.
bro.
They still got a timeout. 44 seconds left.
We're gonna have a safety just botch a tackle or something.
Oh, come on, man. I'm hoping that Williams does better. Who's 76? God, I don't recognize any of these
You
cats.
can't read his name. His hair is too long.
Yep.
Oh,
He had a lot. Oh,
yeah! Let's go. Take
Run
it.
it back. He's running it back. Get it.
House
Get it there.
Block.
Oh,
Touchdown.
Oh, shit.
We won the game. It's preseason, but we won. Woo!
Hey, that man might have.
Oh, what's the flag?
Excessive
Come
celebration. He
on.
probably threw the football or some shit.
Come on. It's preseason.
What you calling it? Get that man that touchdown.
What is this? What is this?
Chop block, defense. They're going to call it back. What?
What? Where? How did what block made that play happen?
It had to be after the interception. It had to be.
Okay, yeah, it's got to be after. It's got to be on the return. Cuz we didn't do anything.
The way he looked like he called like a chop block. So it had to be on the return.
It has to be on the return.
That's what this.
We didn't do, yeah, he's still
Okay,
he's
so they
still,
call the touchdown back.
Yeah, it's got to be on the return. Yeah,
He might have
man.
just scored a roster spot. Jumper? Juniper? I don't know who the fuck.
I don't know, but his hairline's gonna look like
See,
mine
it's like
in a couple
LeBron
of years.
James there, bud. Yeah, well,
Oh, we're gonna take a knee.
Oh, look, I just got the final score on my phone. Hey, I'll take the
right.
win, man. Hell yeah.
That's it.
Man, yeah, bruh. That'll do it. Sean Payton still looks pissed off.
Oh, I can't have that music on my podcast. I'm gonna get flagged. I gotta turn it off. That's
Ball.
teasy.
That
What did he
shit's
text
wild
me?
like they do that.
What did he text me? What you thinking? Hill played good. Like the way the D looked for the most part. I don't like the way the D looked at all, to be honest.
Yeah. It was better than last week, though. At least they got to the
Yeah.
quarterback a couple of times.
Yeah, they did at least hurry the quarterback. I mean, we just got to hurry him a
But
little bit.
Look, that touchdown right there.
Yeah, that was awful.
I mean, that's not a front line. That dude threw the ball right away. That's a safety. Dennis Allen needs to straighten that shit out. Keep your safeties back.
Defense, I'm still waiting to see something. I mean, did Cam even play?
Cam hasn't played at all this preseason.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I'd assume next week.
You got to get some reps in.
About to try to look and see what we got next week.
Quarterbacks, both of them didn't look as good as they looked last week. Taysom still looked all right, though.
Taysom was okay. Yeah, he made
not
some
as good as
decisions.
last week, but hey, they won the game.
Hey.
He came back. He won the game. He threw a touchdown pass, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He got the win.
To Austin Carr at that.
Austin freaking Carr is still on the team. Y'all knew that?
24th.
Austin Carr.
When's the 24th? So we're playing the Jets next over there.
Yeah, the Jets.
On Saturday.
I'm not going to be in the Dome until in October.
Gil.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because we sold the first game is Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
go
do
to
that. And then Sunday Night Football against Dallas, which we could make. It'd make for a rough Monday, but it's freaking Dallas,
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
we're
Yeah.
getting $250 a piece. for the
Yeah.
tickets. You gotta sell that, man. So
Yeah, it pops, man. So, such a big fan of the Saints. Now, I hope we don't have to serve this sandwich at all this year. But every day after the Saints lose a game, Colin created a sandwich to make him feel better. So what he does is it's 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, sandwich with a burger in the middle, lettuce, tomato, mayo, pickle, onion, all the dressings. Call it the offensive line because the first couple times we ran it, that was the main reason why the Saints were losing.
yeah,
So our game of it is that if we do have to run said sandwich, we will find the problem in the game, and we will name the sandwich after said problem. Trust me, it's been the Zach Streif, it's been the offensive line, it's been the cornerback, it's been...
if it would have been a
Now-
few years ago, it would have been Jason Davis.
You damn right. Well, I will
Everybody loves to
say,
hate on Jason Davis.
bring up this one more time, after the Rams game, after the famous snow call, he posted online that we are not running this sandwich because we only run it when we lose. And we didn't. We were robbed.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
I like it. All right, man. We're almost 3 hours deep in this podcast.
For sure.
We'll
It was fun.
shut it down.
Let's
I need
do
to
it again.
pee like crazy.
I feel you on
We
that.
definitely need to do this again.
Hell yeah. We'll catch another game.